2 6-minute halves. That's going to be a pretty pacey way to play the game, Alia.
Yeah, it will be. I think that's where both sides have an advantage in the sense of the experience versus the grassroots players. I think the grassroots players, like Nina Jade said, from the start, they've got nothing to lose. So they're just going to go all out and just see what they can get from the experience. Whereas the professional players like Lisa and Heather, they're going to be very tactical from the front and think, I have to score quick, I have to win no matter what. Goal difference is going to come into play as well with the final table standing. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to watching the matches.
I know you've been grinding FC25 as well. What's the state of the game looking like in the sense of meta? How are we expecting people to put their formations together today? What kind of style do you think they're going to be playing?
I think we'll see a lot of Trivelas. Those haven't really been nerfed. And I think we're going to see 5-backs back in the game as well. There are no restrictions against that. So I'm expecting a lot of sit-back defending play, a little bit of counter-attacking, but I don't think it's going to be as fast-paced as what we normally get.
Yeah. Nina, Jade, very quickly, I know you are a Chelsea fan, so commiserations for last season. Oh, gosh, both of you. You too? Yeah, me too! What do you want to see from the competitors? What's your favourite way to watch football?
What do you mean, like at home?
I mean, just what kind of style do you want to see from our players today? Do you want to see a direct aggression?
Yeah.
Do you want to see them maybe playing it a little bit safe?
I want to see some high pressing. I want to see direct. I want to see aggression. Like you say, they're 6-minute halves. The players haven't got long. So you don't really... There's a risk if you be overly cautious. You don't want to be overly cautious because then you might miss out on opportunities. You want to kind of not maybe go in all guns blazing so you make mistakes, but you want to take advantage of the time you have. 6-minute halves is not long.
Well, this is the interesting thing because in our first matchup, we are going to have our two most experienced players. We've got Footheader versus Lisa Manley. And Footheader, she would describe her style as counter-attacking. So she is going to take every advantage she can of Lisa Manley, dropping the ball, getting a little bit sloppy. But does Lisa get sloppy ever, Alia?
I don't think she really does. I think Lisa's a very smart player with how she approaches the game. I've played against both Lisa and Heather, and I personally would much rather go up against Heather because I know that she's going to counter-attack. Whereas with Lisa, she's got so many skills in her locker, and she knows how to approach the game in different ways that I just feel like Lisa, she's the top UK player for a reason. And I feel like opponents should be scared of her today.
Yeah. Would you be scared of Nina Jade?
Absolutely. She's a pro footballer. She used to play for Fulham FC. So not only is she great in the gaming world, but she's got experience in the real life world. I'd be definitely scared to go up against her.
Yeah, ex-Fulham player. It was an injury that made her start competing in FC24, also wanting to see more representation. Ali, you've played against both of these players.
Yeah, I've played against both of them over the last few years, and I think the one thing I love about both of them is that they're always competing. No matter what, they'll take part in every tournament. Lisa's been sick for the last month and she's really not feeling well today, but she's saying, you know what, I'm still going to compete. I'm going to give it a shot, try and get to the live finals in November. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. And I also feel like it's their first tournament that they've had in a year and a half. So it'll be interesting to see whether they've still got that competitiveness, that mentality still with them.
I think that we're almost ready to get into game. So before I let you go, just quickly, can I be really evil and ask you for a prediction?
I feel like it's a bit biased on my part because I feel like I'm a lot closer to Lisa and I've played against her a lot. But I just feel like Lisa's gonna take the win. Like, she's proven so many times that even if she's not feeling well or she doesn't have the best team, she still finds a way to come up on top. So starting against Heather, I just personally feel Lisa's going to take the win.
Nina Jade?
Because Alia said Lisa, I'll say Heather. Why not? Let's keep it even here and let's see.
I love that. Well, this probably is going to be a very even matchup. So I'm going to let you guys take your headsets off, get ready, go over to the casting booth. The stakes are incredibly high for this matchup because these are our most experienced players. Now, both of them are going to be gunning for the number 1 and number 2 seed come the finals because that means they get a bye. They get to skip straight through to round number 2. That guarantees them top 4. And these are two players who've been playing FC for probably the best part of 20 years. I know that Lisa's been competing professionally for a number of years now, in fact, Foothead as well, and they've been playing in tournaments very, very recently. They might have a little bit of a rivalry, given that they have played each other so many times, and this game is going to be a real momentum setter, because whoever wins this one is going to get so much confidence going into the rest of their games. Now, We are powered by Sky Broadband. Game like a pro with Sky full fibre broadband, built to power the pros.
Welcome to the casting desk for the first time today. Like Frankie said, we're starting off with a bang. Lisa and Heather, now, how are you feeling ahead of watching your first set of competitive matches?
I think this is going to be a very high, intense match, Alia, and I'm quite excited to kick it off this way.
Yeah, I mean, we were loading into the games here, and if you look at their teams, Lisa on paper does have the strongest team, and Lisa's known to really grind this game day in, day out. She's, a lot of the times, one of the first few content creators to release the new content, whether it's new packs, new evolutions in game. So, naturally, she does have the strongest team, but you are a Chelsea fan, like you said earlier.
Fan.
There's one player you wish to see either of these women have in their teams. Who would it be?
Cole Palmer. You?
Yeah. You know what? I feel like I support the women a lot more. And I love Erin Cuthbert, so I would love to have one of them use her cards. And her rating in game isn't necessarily the highest, but she's actually a really, really strong card, and she's the same IRL as well, which would be interesting. We do apologize for the delay here with the game that unfortunately has been a little bit of lost connection, but there are 2 other games going on as well. JD and Gwen, Olivia and MZ, who actually is a gold medalist, the Commonwealth Games for Esports. So
brilliant.
What do you think she can bring to the table? I
think, when you've got experience like that, you can really bring that over, and you can sort of transferable skills, isn't it, Alia? So it just helps you, and it helps your mindset. As we talk about mindset is so important when it comes to these things. Staying in the game, not letting the pressure get to you. So when you have experience in your bag, you can bring that across, and that's exactly what I imagine she'll do.
Definitely. And speaking on mindset, what would you do personally? Say if you go 1 or 2 goals down and you know you need to come back and score 3 goals to win, what would you do if you were in these women's shoes?
It's important just to stay calm. And I think that's where your tools come in, and how you manage stress personally. It's all very subjective how you manage it. Everyone's different. Like you said earlier, going for a walk sometimes just to clear your head. Obviously, you can't go for a walk in the middle of the game.
No.
But if you are, 2 goals down, like you say, and you need to score 3 to get back in it, just think of what's achievable. Let me score 1. Okay, let me score another one. Instead of you saying, I need to score 3 goals, I would pace it out. Do it in steps, do it in objectives, and that way it seems more achievable. What about you?
You know what, that's actually a very good point, because sometimes I feel like when I go down in a game 1 or 2 goals, in my head I'm like, oh no, I need to score 2 goals now. How am I going to score 2 goals? And I start panicking, and then eventually I end up conceding even more. So that's a really, really good point.
It's easy to get overwhelmed, and I think that can be transferred to different areas of life as well. Don't get overwhelmed. Simplify it. Make it as simple as possible, and see what's the most achievable, and look at it as like just going up the stairs. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with gaming as well that people don't realize is I feel like a lot of people look at it and think, oh, you're just playing some games, but there are really a lot of skills and life lessons, I would say, that you learn from gaming, isn't it?
Absolutely. And gaming can carve out, careers in different industries. You can go into streaming, content creation. A lot of pro gamers turn into coaches, training up the new generation. What else do they do? They go into broadcasting, like yourself, commentating, analysts. Some even go into game development and develop games for future. So it can definitely carve out different careers. So it's so many transferable skills that you learn in this industry.
Definitely. And we now have the game here for Heather and Lisa Manley. Lisa Manley is in the pink and Heather is in the white. Now, we can see here that we were talking about that very attacking mindset that Heather has. When you play FC, Nina J, attempt at goal here, really good. Little Travella there, attempt, but this is Heather all over. Every time you play Heather or when you watch her play, she always just tries to get that first goal because then it helps her ease her nerves. If you were in either of their positions, how important do you think getting that first goal is?
I think for the mindset side of things, it's incredibly important. It's about mental games, isn't it? When you have the one up so early on as well, it just has a little cushion for you. But you've got to be careful when you go on the attack like this, not to lose the ball and then make a mistake and then it all just fumbles down. So I really do like this style of high pressing, but you have got to be careful.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the one interesting thing about FC is that there's so many different ways to approach and play the game. And you pretty much just have to play your own game. Chance here for Heather, but it was just called offside, unfortunately. And also, an interesting thing is that this is their first match of the day, and I feel like from both of their perspectives, they know that this is probably on paper going to be their hardest match, especially that they've come up against each other so many different times before. What would your advice be in terms of how to keep calm and just focus on the task at hand?
I think they can actually take comfort knowing this is probably going to be their hardest match of the day. So they just need to, like you say, stay calm, get it out of the way, do the best you can. And even if you don't have a good showing here, you've got more matches to come, quite a few of them, so you can make up ground. So it's important not to throw it all away.
Just a chance here for Lisa very quickly. She takes the lead. 1-0 for Lisa Manley. I mean, that's just Lisa all over, isn't it?
Gorgeous goal. Completely composed as well. Calm as you like. Put it in the back of the net, and there you go. In the lead already.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing we were saying about Lisa Manley, is that her skill set throughout the years on the different editions of the game is incredible. She can very quickly suss out how her opponent is playing and adjust her own game to be able to counter that. And like we've seen, very quickly got the first goal in. Now, if you were in Heather's position, what would you be thinking and how would you approach the last, well, not the last few minutes, there's still about 10 minutes left, but how would you approach it?
I think Heather's probably thinking she's got to score one really quickly and get one immediately so she stays in the game. But it's important, we have got a little while left right at the beginning, so it's important not to get too bogged down by it, not to let the pressure get to you and that frustration, and just try and just carefully stay in the game. Don't make any more mistakes.
No, I think it's very easy to start panicking, especially with FC, and they only have one game each against each other, so in both of their minds they're going to want to win as many games as possible. And if you finish first or second in the table today, you end up straight through to the second round for the live finals.
Yeah, it's great. So there's a lot at stake here. Oh, great interception there from Lisa there, just took the ball and now on the counter.
What's interesting is that neither of them are playing 5-back today. It's arguably probably the most popular formation right now, so I would have thought one of them would have been using a 5-back, but I feel like both of them would rather have more attacking and midfield options today, don't you think?
I think that's both of their styles as well. They are very sort of direct kind of players, so that makes complete sense in their style of play.
A lovely cross here from Heather, very quickly trying to get a goal back, but unfortunately that has gone out. Still in possession for Foot. Heather, however, can she get a goal back here just outside of the box? Is she going to power shot? No, she won't. Really skillful attempts at goal, but unfortunately defended by Lisa Manley. Is she going to try again? Yes.
Oh, lovely save from Lisa there. Great save. Quick thinking as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I love about FC, is that anything can change just like that. Heather attempts a goal.
Oh!
What a goal.
Lovely
for
goal.
Heather. I mean, 30 minutes in, it's already 1-1. You can tell that both of the women are really, really trying their best to just get as many goals as possible. I mean, at this rate, how many goals do you think we're going to have, Nina Jade?
I actually think we're going to have quite a few. Yeah. I think we're going to have quite a few goals. But this will really help Heather's mental game as well. Now she's back in it. It's all square again. Let's go. Let's see what they can do.
Definitely. I mean, from both of their perspective, they are going to want to get to a win, because that's going to be 3 points for them. And points really, really matter today for the table. But we will let you know what the score of the JD and Gwen and the Olivia and MZ game is as soon as we know the results. But, I mean, this is a really, really good opening game.
Yeah, very good interception from Lisa there as well. Just blocked off now on the counter. Oh, let me see if she can she make a run for it? No. Oh, Heather's got a possession back.
I mean, this is the thing. Heather is also very well known to just constant press, so she will try to win the ball back as quickly as possible. Quite often in FC, you always see them trying to defend the space. Not with Heather, though. Heather defends it. She attempts a goal here. Really good through ball. Just like that. 1-0 to Lisa, and it's now 2-1 to Heather, and that's how quickly the tables can turn.
Eden Hazard. We love Eden Hazard,
Yeah,
don't we?
we do. Chelsea fans here.
Chelsea fans here. Great goal. Perfect goal. Good composure. And just like that, the game has turned on its head. Heather's in the lead. Let's see what happens now.
Definitely. I mean, I think that's what Heather needs. I feel like Heather, over the last year, she's taken part in a lot of competitions, and I feel like her confidence has been knocked quite a bit. So the fact that she's going up against Lisa and winning 2-1 is going to be so good for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's known as the comeback queen. That is in her Twitter bio. So she's made a comeback so far. Let's see if she can hold on to it.
Definitely. She is attempting to get a third goal here. Can she do it? Great through ball. so close. Heather nearly makes it 3-1 here.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we have to give some props to Lisa as well. She hasn't been well for the last month, which has affected her ability to stream and make content. But she still showed up today, still wanting to compete and try to get to that live finals in November. I mean, how much of an impact does, not being well have on someone competing like this?
Oh, it's a huge impact, even down to little things like your focus, your reaction times. If you're not well, if you're a little bit slower, everything else is going to be a little slower. It's a ripple effect. So she's doing really, really well. She scored the first goal. She's defending really well, made some great saves. She's still very much in this game.
Definitely. And I feel like from Lisa's perspective, or any of these women's perspective, they don't have to finish top of the table. Even if they finish second, they're still in a really, really good position and skip the first round in November. Heather here just outside of the box trying to get a third goal just before the halftime whistle. Can she do it? Unfortunately not, and that's halftime. 2-1 to Heather. How do you find that half?
Great half. And exactly what we expected. It was a lot going on. There were goals. It was high intensity. Perfect half. I'm excited to see what Lisa's got in the second half.
I always love watching Lisa and Heather compete because they're both equally really, really good players, and you just never know what's going to happen in a game. I feel like I've seen results go either of their ways, and I feel like it's very hard to call sometimes when you watch either of them play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about, though. These unpredictabilities of the game, that's what makes it beautiful. That's why we love it.
I mean, I think personally, it's a very frustrating game to play, but the stakes are even higher now. I mean, £6,500 for whoever wins this Football Eseries. I mean, what would you do with £6,500?
It's a lot of money, but and a professional contract on the line as well. State of the art, gaming facilities.
Sky Broadband for 2 years.
You know how much internet is these days, so that's a great prize. As you said, there's a lot at stake here, and you can see that in the way the players are playing. They want to get to the next round. They want to win, so you can see that in their gameplay.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know what to expect from this second half. I feel like it's going to go either way. Lisa's going to keep pressing for goals. I feel like we're going to see Heather sit back a tiny, tiny bit just to try and defend, because Lisa is so good at this game that she can score whenever you're not expecting her to score. Just like that. She attempted a really, really strong shot from outside of the box, but wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, lovely save there from Heather as well. Completely calm as you like. Now she's got possession again. Let's see what she can do with it.
Just getting word on the other game between Olivia and MZ. Olivia is currently winning that game 9-0. Now, I am quite surprised by that scoreline. I feel like Olivia is someone who we don't really know. She's a little bit of an underdog. She does make content here and there, but not at the level of the rest of the content creators do. So 9-0. That's
9-0, silent but deadly. My goodness me. She is whipping her into shape.
Definitely. I mean, I think what we're probably going to expect now is, I think Olivia's going to potentially be the winner of all of this. And that's what you were saying earlier. The underdogs and the grassroots players, you just don't know what they're made of.
Exactly. I mean, that goal difference is insane. She's got a huge goal difference there, so good for her. And she might give one of these two a run for their money as well later.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm excited to watch Lisa or Heather come up against Olivia, because I was not expecting that scoreline.
Expect the unexpected earlier.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier.
Exactly.
Wow, I mean, this is FC though, isn't it? Like, so many different things can happen. I'm gonna say it. I've beaten Lisa before. I've beaten Heather before. One time only, but
hey,
I have done it before.
One time is one time. You've got to toot your own horn while you can.
Definitely. Well, we've got Heather here on the attack again, trying to get a third goal. And what we notice about Heather so far, she seems to be playing down the middle quite a bit. You don't really see her playing down the wing. It might work for her with a potential third goal. Great save by Lisa Manley. But what do you take of Heather's current style of play of just going down the middle?
It seems to be working for her quite well, actually. If she's able to get possession, like you say, she doesn't go on the wing. She goes straight down the middle. So it seems to be working for her. What I would say is it's calmed down a bit, the game, from the first half. The first half, I would say, is quite intense. I think the nerves were maybe there. They've seemed to have settled now. And now it's like actual tactical football.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we should have expected as well, because when I've competed, whenever you play the first half, that's when you tend to be really nervy, you're really shaky, you know what you need to do to make to the next round. So I feel like it's calmed down a lot, but I do want to see lots and lots more goals here, because...
Yes, more action, please, because the first half was great.
Especially with Olivia's 9 goals, goal difference is really going to matter today. So these women are going to have to score a lot more to match up to what Olivia currently has.
They need to pull their socks up a little bit, but I reckon, I don't know, I feel like Hedda's just knocking on the door of another goal potentially. She seems to have possession again. You know, she likes to have possession. She likes to hog the ball, and that way she's in control. But yeah, let's see if they can get another goal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those where Lisa also is a very calm player. I think even if we see Hedda attacking a lot, Lisa will just wait for a moment, and she'll just sit back, and when it's the perfect time for her to attack, she'll go. I mean, just like this, a wonderful overhead through ball, unfortunately saved by Hedda, but that's Lisa. She'll just wait, take her time, whereas Hedda's consistently go.
Yeah, I think with Lisa, she has a quiet confidence about her. She knows she doesn't need to rush into making a silly mistake or rush to score a goal. She's got a real good composure about her. She doesn't get nervous or let these things, bog her down. She's going to bide her time. When her time comes, she will take the opportunity.
Yeah, and I feel like when a lot of people look at Lisa when she's streaming, she's a very calm person. You know, she's loves to sing on stream, but when you see her in person, Lisa's very, very bubbly, and she's actually she has a lot of personality that she doesn't show on stream, but I think that works to her advantage, because when it comes to moments like this, she can just focus.
Yeah, exactly. It's an element of mystery about her gameplay as well, because she's so calm and so composed. As you can see there, guys, Hedda just had another go at a goal. Didn't come off. Lovely save from Lisa there. And now Lisa has possession and is making a run for it.
You know, just 15 minutes left here, and 15 minutes in a FIFA game goes by very, very, very quickly. So Lisa needs to score at least 1 goal here just to get 1 point from this match, because it would be unfortunate to walk away with nothing after how well she's played today.
Yeah, it's important for her to get back in the game, really. I mean, like you say, even just to walk away with a draw, 1 point each, it's definitely better than walking away with 0 points.
Definitely. I mean, Hedda here with the ball again, potentially nearly got another goal. I mean, I feel like currently Hedda's just attacking a lot more than Lisa and a lot more than she normally does. And I feel like from Hedda's perspective, this is a bit of a redemption for her against Lisa, because over the last year or so, Lisa has been beating her consistently. So I feel like if Hedda can walk away with a win here, this is going to be really, really good for her confidence.
Exactly. It'll do so much for her confidence. And, like I said, she said she's the comeback queen. And it's exactly what she's doing. You said she's had some bad spells, some unfortunate wins, losses. So, yeah, this is exactly what she's doing. She's got a point to prove. And when someone has a point to prove, Alia, yeah, they'll prove it.
That's when they're most scary.
Dangerous,
as well.
Absolutely.
You just don't know what to expect from them. Corner here from Hedda, just under 10 minutes to go here. Can Hedda get a third goal? Can she make something from this corner play? So far playing quite conservatively, just taking a time, I suppose, to not give possession back to Hedda. Unfortunately, I think I just jinxed it for her.
Commentator's curse there, Alia.
Lisa's got the possession back again. Can she pull one back here? Unfortunately not. Hedda, that's Hedda again. Possession back in her hands.
Yeah, she's really good at tackling and interception. She gets that ball back really quickly, and that just works in her favour, because then she's able to control the game, control the tempo, and make the moves she wants to make.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what I love about Hedda, is how much she just goes for it. She doesn't tend to play the traditional way of playing, of sitting back. She just goes for it, and even if it means she concedes a goal, it does mean she's going to have more opportunities to score as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could make a mistake and seize a goal, but then if you're on the attacking, if you're on the high pressing, the likelihood of another goal will come quite quickly.
Definitely. Just 5 minutes here to go. I think from Hedda's perspective, all she's trying to do is just hold on to possession so Lisa doesn't have a last-minute chance at potentially getting the equalizer. I do feel potentially a Hedda goal is coming. Almost. Sorry, Hedda, commentator's curse again, but she has another corner.
Do you know what? Lisa has been she's been very busy making saves this afternoon, I would say. She needs to try and do something different, I would say, and maybe get a break and just try and run, because I think waiting for possession to come to you is not quite working right now. As we say, Hedda is very much hogging the ball. She has possession now, so she needs to try and make the most of it and, you know, make these half chances, try and convert, just to walk away with at least 1 point from this match.
Yeah, and I will say as well, I think this is the safest I've ever seen Lisa play. Normally, when there's about 10 minutes to go, she does start to attack a lot more, but I feel like she just hasn't really had the opportunity to, because Hedda's held on to possession so well. Potentially a last chance here. She does have a corner though.
Yeah,
corners,
let's see.
Yeah, corners are really a good opportunity to score, especially in FC25. But Hedda reads that perfectly, and she walks away with a 2-1 win. So your prediction was right. I don't know why I'm high-fiving that. I'm just...
Yeah, you just high-fived you losing.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I mean, what a first opening match, I think. I think that was a really good game, and I'm glad that was the opening match.
Absolutely. It set the tone for the rest of the afternoon, I think. You know, they came out fighting in that first half, scoring goals, tackling, possession, you know, back and forth. But I think it just sets the tone, Ali. We're going to be in for a really exciting afternoon.
I mean, that was your first FC game that you've watched properly.
Yes.
What do you think of it so far?
10 out of 10.
Yeah?
10 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good.
Are you going to start playing Ultimate Team as well after this now?
Why not? I'll give it a go.
It's very stressful. Just pre-warn you. So I love this game, but can get quite stressful.
Well, you know what? Pressure makes diamonds.
Yeah, true. I don't have any diamonds personally, so...
Not yet.
Not yet. Manifestation.
Not yet. Exactly.
Danny, if you're watching, diamond. But no, I mean... I just feel like we've had such a good opening game, but we are going to send you back to Frankie.
Thank you very much, guys. Just a quick update. Now, you might have heard earlier on the stream that Olivia was 9-0 up against MZ in the second half. That did not change. That is an absolutely wild result to start off Olivia's campaign today on her way to try and get that number 1 or number 2 seed in the LAN finals. And as you just witnessed, Hedda came away 2-1 versus her closest rival, Lisa Manley. We're just waiting for the results of the other matchup that was happening on the, well, I was about to say on the B stream. I'm so sorry. On another server somewhere else between Jade and Gwen. So we'll bring you that result when we can. But in the meantime, while we wait to see if we can grab a chat with Hedda, I'm joined again by Nina Jade and Alia. Nina Jade, did you enjoy yourself?
It was great. Really high intensity, really good game. They were both going for it. So yeah, roll on the rest of them.
Yeah, absolutely, Alia. I mean, that was a really interesting match to kick things off. Were you expecting Hedda to really gain control and dominate possession so much?
I'll be honest, I feel like 50-50. I feel, you know, they've come up against each other so many times and it can go either way, but I am surprised that Lisa didn't dominate that game a lot more like she normally does.
It was really interesting as well because the initial minutes up to Lisa scoring is quite end-to-end, and I was definitely expecting things to be balanced. But what was so surprising was that aggression from Hedda, and that's a risk that really paid off, Nina Jade.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was high pressing from the start, and she actually didn't drop that. She kept that throughout the whole game, and I think that was what's super important. And it just humbled Lisa a little bit. She just went really quiet in the second half. So, you know, hats off to Hedda. I was right.
You were. You were right. You backed the right player. I am hearing as well that JD has won 5-1 versus Gwen LDN, and we'll get to see those two players in matches in the future on this stream. So you'll get to see what they've got when they take to the pitch in EAFC. But you'll just have to wait a little while longer for their future matches while we still talk about what went down in round 1. With Hedda, it's also kind of interesting, I guess, because I wonder if she's more comfortable with the current meta, because we saw Lisa taking a lot of passes, and you wouldn't have thought that's risky, really. I mean, it's football after all, but actually the meta, the way the game is currently played, passing feels quite risky.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, this is the thing with FC. Every year there is a new meta, and I've spoken to other pro players and they've said this is the first time in a really long time that it's taken them weeks to figure out what the meta is. So I feel like with today, whoever has figured out the meta, like Hedda clearly has, that's going to be their advantage, and you can't play FC25 the same way we played FC24.
But we know Lisa is an E-lioness. She's not going to let a loss take her down, is she?
Absolutely. I think that's one of Lisa's strengths as well. She has that composure and that mental strength to just brush this loss off and go again. And I'm sure she'll be in at least the top 3 today.
She is going to be playing Gwen next, and as we just mentioned, Gwen did lose her opening matchup, and I have a feeling that Lisa's probably going to feel quite confident if she is hearing about her competitors' results going into that one, given that she does have the experience, and I believe it is Gwen's first ever competition. We can actually confirm the results, make it official with a graphic, which is what we like to do in the esports. Yes, I did say the esports. So as you can see, 2-1. It's actually header to Lisa. You can see how much we expected Lisa to take the results from the graphic. JD 5-1 versus Gwen, and Olivia that whopping 9-0 start versus MZ. But MZ is just getting warmed up, so expect future results to be a little bit different. She did take gold at the Commonwealth Games in 2022. Ali, you played against her. You know she's a fierce competitor.
Yeah, I played against MZ, and she's so lovely. You know, she's such a lovely person. She's nice to be around, and I did lose to her. I finished with a bronze medal, which isn't too shabby. Bronze.
It's amazing.
Thank you. But no, I think MZ also hasn't had the opportunity to really compete as much as she would like to. So this is essentially a big warm-up for her, and she will take some time to get into it, but she's got an amazing mentality, so I expect her to pick up.
Yeah, I'm expecting JD in our next feature matchup to have a strong mentality after her opening victory, because we are going to be following up our first pro versus pro with a content creator versus content creator. We have got Nunu Rage versus JD, and Nunu is going to be a really interesting one. I don't know what to expect for her. I've been stalking her on Twitter. I know she's a Man City fan. I know she's very passionate about the game. Nunu Jade, have you seen any of her videos?
I know she's a content creator and she's amassed 1.6 million likes on TikTok, which is insane. And it actually goes to my point that I was saying in commentary, that gaming can carve out different careers. You know, you see a lot of pro gamers that are now coaches or broadcasting and analysts, working in the game itself, streamers, you know, all that kind of stuff. So she's doing really well on TikTok. Let's see what her gameplay has.
Are you expecting anything in particular from Nunu?
I don't know what to expect, to be honest. I've seen little clips of her online, and I know she rages a lot, but I don't know what her skill level currently is, and she's going up against JD. JD has admitted herself she's not very good at the game. She just plays to enjoy it, tries to get better, so I can't even call the result of this game.
Can I just say something? That is so typical of a woman player to be like, I'm not very good at the game, and then comes out and absolutely smashes it. So if someone says, or someone has told us, oh, I'm not very good at the game, or I'm not like feeling it just yet, or I'm not used to FC25. One, no one's used to FC25 yet because the game's not been out long enough and they're still patching it every single week. But also, you know, I think it's very easy to lack confidence, especially when it's your first tournament. So hopefully that's one of the things that all of our players, whether they have pro experience or not, will take away from today. Confidence. And definitely for JD, she's got to be feeling herself a bit right now. She's got the first scary game out of the way. But Nunu, just looking at some of the information she told us before, she likes to play a 4-3-3. This is her first tournament, and she likes to be very direct as well. Do you think we're going to see a header style performance, Nunu Jade?
I actually think so. I think she's going to come high pressing and high aggression. And I think that's kind of the way to be because, like I said earlier, they're 6-minute halves. It's not long to go. You know what I mean? So I think, especially if you're a bit of a novice in some sense, it's better to just go out on the attack and see what you can get.
All right. Well, let's see what you guys get as you cast our next game. So if you want to take your headsets off. And then I'm getting so much envy from these ladies. There's a reason I'm not allowed to move from this couch. It's because once the headset is on and the hair is arranged, I'm not allowed to move because it's just every single moment, every single game as the day goes on, I'm just going to go like more wide, and those two are absolutely flawless, like their commentary. So, as I mentioned earlier, content creator versus content creator. We haven't actually seen Nunu play yet because she didn't play in our opening round. So let's hope she's warmed up and ready to go. Meanwhile, JD, fresh from that 5-1 victory against Gwen LDN, means that hopefully she's starting to feel and realise she's not a bad player. She's an absolutely great one. We are powered by Sky Broadband today, and we are built to power the pros. Hopefully, like one of these two might become if they win the finals in November. Let's get into game.
I mean, here we go. Nunu versus JD. I don't really know what to expect here because they're both content creators. Nunu, as far as I'm aware, only posts clips on TikTok, so you can't really analyze her gameplay, whereas JD streams on TikTok. Very early attempt here from Nunu, but I feel like Nunu might have a bit of an advantage here because she could have gone back on JD streams and try to suss out how she plays.
Tactics, pick up how, JD plays, her gameplay, what's she like? Is she high pressing? Is she defensive? But Nunu seems to have possession right now and seems quite comfortable on the ball. Lots of bodies in and around the box from JD, so she's on the defence. But as suspected, Nunu is aggressive, straight off the bat.
I think we're going to see, like Frankie said earlier, a very header style kind of play. So it'll be interesting to see Nunu come up against header later. But JD is on the counter here. Can she get an early goal? Well defended by Nunu. And I feel like this is what's the word? Like a rematch between Heather and Lisa in the sense of the way they play. It's very, very similar.
It's actually like we're watching the same game, but they're just different colours.
Yeah.
They're both quite similar. They're both quite aggressive straight off the bat. Nunu seems to be having most of the possession right now, but great defence from Nunu just then. And let's see if, great interception there from JD, great defending. Let's see if she can make a run for it.
I mean, we have to give props to both of them as content creators for competing in a professional tournament. Because I remember my first tournament was when I was a content creator, and I remember feeling so nervous because I felt like I had something to prove. Even though no one really cared about me in that tournament, it is incredibly nerve-wracking.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a chance here? Oh, lovely save. I think, when you come from the content creation side and you're not a gamer, you don't compete competitively, it can be daunting, like you say. So doing a competition like this, essentially on a world stage, there's people watching, many people watching. It can be really daunting, and that's where you pressure manage. Can you handle that pressure? Are you going to buckle under the pressure? And that's where we'll see the strong ones come out today.
Definitely. I mean, I don't want to call this game Nunu potentially with a chance to score here. She's a very aggressive player, isn't she? She's really trying to get that first goal over JD.
Yeah, I must say it does seem like they're quite evenly matched. They're both having chances. They're both going for it and giving it a good go. But, nothing's come off yet. So let's see who's going to be the good one to get the first goal. Who do you reckon?
I reckon, based on current play, it's going to be Nunu here. And she has a free kick here. And free kicks are quite meta in the game. So let's see, is she going to go directly for goal? It does look like it. Potentially the left side. Nope, she passed it off. Just outside to the edge of the box. Is she going to shoot? No, she's not. Great through ball. Does she still have possession? Yes, she does. Is she going to score here? Oh, wow.
Lovely save there from JD. Goodness me, I thought that ball was going in there earlier.
That's great defending work. And, with every FC game, you have your areas that you're going to be strong at. It's either attacking or defending. And so far, seems like Nunu's attacking and JD's defending.
Yep, she can't seem to find the ball into the net. Oh, no. Again, great interception from JD there, and she's making a run for it.
And here's the counter-attack. It is still onside. Is she going to be able to score from this opportunity? Just passing it around.
Wow. Unlucky there.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, let's see. Nunu's going to make her way back down. Oh, no, she's just keeping possession. She's just composing herself. Nice through ball there. Now then she's going to make a run for it.
Well, that's what you need sometimes, isn't it? Is to just slow the game down and just recompose, think about what you want to do. And it seems like she has a lot of skills that she hasn't really shown us yet, but I feel like we're going to find out what they are today.
Yeah, exactly. And like you say, just slowing the game down, having that intelligent enough to do so, just taking a minute and thinking about what you want your next move to be. It shows that she's a great player.
Definitely. She does have a potential chance here, but again, JD is reading the plays so well. And I feel like whoever wins this game or whoever scores first, I don't even know who it's going to be because it could go either way. Great cross in from JD. She still has possession. Well won by Nunu, but JD very quickly gets it back. Can she get the first goal here? Amazing through ball. Is she going to shoot?
Oh, lovely goal from JD. It was going to be one of them. They were itching. They were scratching at the door there. Lovely composed goal. Just put it in the back of the net. Didn't overthink it. gorgeous.
Such a good goal from Thuram as well. And in previous editions of the game, he was a really, really meta card. So it's great to see him scoring. But just like that, JD's 1-0 up.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Nunu needs to not let this get to her now. Like we say, these guys come from the content creation world. They don't come from competitive gaming. So when you're not used to competitive gaming, you can get bogged down and the pressure can get to you a little bit. I think it's important now not to let JD run away with it and score another goal from Nunu's perspective, and just try and score one as quickly as possible to stay in the game.
Yeah, and it's like you said, as content creators, you don't necessarily have the skill set to just stay calm. I personally don't. I know a lot of other content creators are in the same boat. JD will have a little bit more experience because she plays Weekend League, which is the most stressful mode of this game. But Nunu potentially here trying to get a chance. Can she do it? We'll find out very, very soon. She's just taking her time here, having that calm gameplay as we expected. Is she going to shoot? Again, well won by JD.
I mean, JD had a lot of bodies in the box there, so it was going to be a bit difficult to try and get in and get an opportunity. So I must say, JD's defending currently is top tier. Like, Nunu's struggling to get past them.
I think what Nunu's going to have to do is she does seem to come down the middle quite a bit, and I feel like at this point of the game, if it's not working, just try different things. You know, go down the wing, see what happens, and that's exactly what she's doing right now.
Yeah.
Is she gonna throw a ball here? Potentially a goal.
Yes.
1-1 just before half time. I mean, this is literally a repeat of Heather versus Lisa Manley, isn't it?
And just like that, we're square, Alia. It's 1-1 and it resets. So now we're going to see who's going to have the slight edge over the other.
I think this is where the mentality that you've been talking about really comes in, because it's half time. They will have about 30 seconds to regroup, but within 45 minutes, one of them is going to have to try and win this game to get all 3 points, especially JD coming off the back of a win.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's important now for either of them not to make any mistakes. I think just have an air of caution about them, because a mistake can be really costly now. We're in the second half, we're on the later leg. So it's important to keep composure and, you know, attack, but attack sensibly.
Definitely. You know, Nunu actually had a bye in the first game, so she's not fully warmed up yet. So JD does have a leg up on her, especially that she won the first game. Can Nunu make it 2-1 just before halftime? She does. What an incredible goal by Ollie Watkins. I mean, we're Chelsea fans, but we can't deny Watkins is unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah, great player. Beautiful header that was as well. Completely composed, calm as you like. Great trajectory. Brilliant goal.
I mean, that's where Nunu's using the advantage of crossing this year. It is really, really strong, and I feel like that's what JD needs to do a little bit more of. She is just kind of dribbling and then shooting, whereas Nunu's starting to get a lot more creative now, isn't she?
And that's the difference. That's where the edge will come. Who's a bit more creative, because they've played each other for a few minutes now, 6 minutes to be precise. Yeah. So they can pick up some of the other person's gameplay and what they like. Nunu's noticed that she needs to be more creative, because JD puts a lot of bodies in the box to try and defend. So she's noticed, okay, I'll go down the wing, I'll cross the ball, I'll try and do headers, and you know, you can see that coming to fruition now.
Yeah, you have to give props to her for it as well, because sometimes when you're competing in FC, you get a bit scared to try new things, because if it goes wrong, your opponent gets possession, they could potentially score. So huge props to Nunu for actually trying something new and 2-1 up at half time.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it shows the intelligence of her game, because earlier on she was able to slow the tempo down and control the ball and control what she wanted to do. And then in the same breath, she was able to, okay, I've got to do something different now. I've got to get creative. So she is thinking through her gameplay whilst playing, which is great.
And that's a very underrated skill, and it's admittedly one that I really struggled with for a long time. I get so frustrated when I started losing that I'm not creative at all. So, I mean, really well done to Nunu, and let's see if JD can do the same thing the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think JD, like you say, JD's a bit more warmed up, so I think she should be able to score a goal pretty quickly.
Yeah. Possession here with Nunu for the second half. Now, Nunu is playing very, very calm, and for someone that comes up against a calm player, it can be very frustrating, because you're consistently trying to get that possession back, and if your opponent is just passing around, not wanting to give you the ball, it is very annoying. So what would you say to JD if she could hear you right now?
I would say, JD, stay in the game. No, I think you're absolutely right. When someone has the possession and they're really calm about it, and they're not really making many mistakes, that's where we were talking about earlier, that you need to try and get creative and a bit more braver. I think, don't be afraid to go in and tackle and get the ball back and win possession, as she's got right now.
Great cross here from JD. Is she going to score?
Oh,
how unfortunate. Very, very close though, but we are seeing her aggressiveness come up a lot more, and she is just letting her guard down. Very quickly, one back possession. Great cross in, nearly 2-2, but great save from Nunu. She is going to get a corner for herself though. Oh, apologies. It's not a corner, it is Nunu's possession, but
yeah, 2 chances in the space of 15 seconds will only help JD's confidence as well. And she has gotten a little bit more creative. Both of those chances were very different. So let's see if she's... Oh, gosh, Nunu's got possession now. Is she going to make a run for it? Down the side of the wing.
I think this wing play is working for Nunu. I mean, she knew what going down the middle wasn't working because JD was intercepting every ball. Now she's thinking, I'm going to go down the wing, make JD spread her players out a lot more and then pass it back in. But I do like how creative both of the women are now. Great outside the shot, outside the box attempt, sorry, but wow, I mean, she's just trying everything now to get
that was going in.
I mean, you never know, could have.
Yeah, she's trying everything, and that's what you need to do as well. We've not got long left. You've got to pull out all the stops. JD back with possession now. Let's see if she can do anything creative. Yep, she's down the wing. Can we get a good cross?
Great save by Nunu. I think she predicted that one was going to happen. That's the thing with FC. Sometimes you have to be a lot quicker. As soon as JD got the ball, I feel like she should have just first touch crossed it in because it gave Nunu the time to read her play. And that's props to Nunu as well for being able to read the game.
You're thinking about your own game and the opponent's game and the opponent's next move along with your own next move. So like you say, first touch, when you get the ball, you have to try and just make the move because it gives your opponent the chance to think through what you're about to do.
Definitely. Corner here for JD. Can she get one back? Great cross in. Saved by Nunu. Is she going to play a fast counter-attack? No. Taking her time, staying calm. So, I think this is one thing. We see Nunu's content online and she rages a lot, but she's actually very, very calm, isn't she?
Very calm player. You don't get that sense at all. No. Calm as you like, full of composure. And, she has got the cushion. She is leading 2-1 right now. So it's just whether she can get another one, really, and whether JD can equalise.
This is the thing. It's so unpredictable right now because I feel like they're both playing two very different games. I feel like Nunu's being a lot more creative, just trying a bunch of different things, whereas JD is playing her traditional style and she is trying this crosses a lot, and it has worked. Theorem again for JD. Clearly her star player on the team, but 2-2 could go either way now.
Yeah, we're all square again. That was a lovely goal as well. Just nipped it in, having a replay here now. Get to see. Gorgeous. Great trajectory on that ball as well. Good power. And Nunu kind of left it wide open a little bit.
She did. I think it's quite surprising because JD has attempted that style of, of crosses, and she has managed to read it, but I feel like she played that cross a lot faster as well and didn't give Nunu the chance to think about it. So I feel like both of them might be listening to what we're saying.
Yeah, I think so. Or either that or they're just picking up on each other's gameplay really, really well. And that's the beauty of gaming. You analyse your opponent as much as your own gameplay. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, and that's, like you were saying, it's a transferable skill to life because this is pure analyst here. And how many things that we do in our life, you need to think about it, you need to analyze, and this is one of the beauties of gaming, is that you learn so much. Since playing FC, when I started a few years ago, now I know I need to just be calm when I play, do some breathing exercises, take my time. When you're gaming with F1, what are some skills that has transferred to real life for you?
It's subjective, but it's whatever works for you, really. I think during the game, even down to how you sit, what you wear, everyone has their own little routines, their superstitions. Some people don't eat and drink before they get on the game. It's all subjective. So I think it's important to find, lovely save there. It's important to find whatever works for you and just trial and error, finding out what gets you in the right mindset to really be on your best game.
Definitely. I mean, just under 15 minutes here to go. I mean, I am interested to find out if it is going to be a draw here, but I do feel like with the way the game's currently going, one of them is going to get a last-minute winner, but I I just can't call who it's going to be.
I can't call it either. It's completely unpredictable. One of them will, I think, get a last-minute goal, like you say. But who knows who it was going to be. It's up in the air right now, and that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes you want to watch. Yeah, I love games like this.
Yeah, this is my favorite style of FC gameplay to watch, when both players just consistently try to score, because sometimes you'll see a lot of players just sit back and take their time, and me personally, I'm like, oh, it's not very exciting. But this is entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment at its finest, isn't it? And this is exactly what we're here for. This is what we want to see. I mean, these women are competing on a world stage, essentially, at such a high level. So it's nice to see them high pressing, out on the aggressive, and, you know, it's entertaining for us at home.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you want when you watch competitive FC gameplay. You want the entertainment, and these girls have both given us entertainment. JD here potentially could get a third goal here. Great ball in. Another cross. Ethereum going to get his head on it. Unfortunately, not this time. But, I mean, this is exciting, and I feel like it'll be disappointing if it ends up with a draw here.
Yeah, I think I'd be a bit disappointed. I think you're completely right in that sense. It'd be nice to see someone take the victory in this game. But if it ends as a draw, it's also very completely understandable, because it's quite evenly matched, I would say.
Yeah, I think JD in the last 10 or so minutes has had more control over the game, and maybe that is her experience with playing more competitively with Weekend League and consistently playing rivals. But Nunu does have the ball here in the last few minutes. 4 defenders there. Can she get the ball into the box to try and get a third goal? She's keeping that possession. Is she going to shoot, or is she going to try from outside of the box? She's playing very calm. I think Nunu's a bit scared to lose possession here.
Yeah, I think so, because we're getting towards the end of the game now. You know, if she just keeps possession, then, you know, she's won. Oh, no, it's 2-2, isn't it?
It's 2-2,
yeah. Oh, no, she needs to do everything she can.
Yeah, she does. I mean, JD here attempting a long cross back to her strikers, unfortunately defended well by Nunu. It does look like this game is going to end with a draw, and if it does end with a draw, I know we watched the first game earlier that, you know, Heather won. I feel personally this has been more entertaining to watch than the first game we did.
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes when you see, for example, 2 really good teams in football go against each other, maybe like a Man City and a Liverpool, it can end to be quite a boring match. So I think, you know, when you see 2 really good players, although their game wasn't boring, Lisa and Headers, it was definitely a lot calmer in the second half. But when you see 2 maybe underdogs go against each other, it can bring for amazing entertainment. And that's exactly what we got.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference between professional players versus the content creators. The professional players, they're a lot calmer, they think more tactically, whereas the content creators think, I've got nothing to lose, I'm not a pro player, let me just try whatever I can, and that's where you see that consistent end-to-end gameplay.
Yeah, that's where they go for it, and that's what's entertaining for us at home. But really good match. I'm actually not surprised to end in a draw, because like I say, they were quite evenly matched. I think JD came into her style of gameplay a little bit. She seemed a bit cautious in the beginning. Great defensive work from JD as well. Nunu came on the attack. I thought it was a great game.
I think my favorite thing from this game is that they both noticed what they were doing wasn't working in the first half, and they switched. And that's a very, very rare skill to have. That's a skill you see the pro players have. So I think it goes to show how much potential both these players have to even maybe become pro players one day.
Absolutely. They were almost playing instinctively. It came very natural, which sounds simpler than it actually is, because when you're performing in competitive gaming on a world stage, the pressure can really get to you. And that instinctual play that you might have at home on your sofa is not necessarily what's going to translate. And that's exactly what translated. So hats off to both of them. They played a really, really good game.
Definitely. And I feel like, you know, it's too early to call potentially, but I do feel like if they play like this for the rest of the tournament, we are going to see them in the live finals in November. But what an entertaining game, Frankie. We hope you enjoyed it. Coming back to you now.
Absolutely loved it. Who knew that the content creator derby would deliver so much drama? And as you heard our fabulous commentators saying, that was just such an even matchup of very adaptable, experienced players. These ladies know what they're doing. So we'll hopefully hear from one of them very soon. So that was 2-2 between Jade and Nuno. Just to update you on some other scores, we had another draw, Header versus Olivia. That was 2-2 when I was last told, and I don't believe believe that has changed. And then another big result. Lisa was 7-0 versus Gwen in that second half. So if anything does change, I will let you know. Did you just hear that result from Lisa versus Gwen, Alia? 7-0. She's on the comeback trail.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I think that's what we expected from Lisa, but I feel like we really need to give Gwen a lot of credit here. She doesn't really stream or make content around FC. She plays the game, but to have the courage to take part in this tournament, knowing the people you're coming up against, I feel like she does have big score lines that she's, losing by, but she deserves huge props for even taking part and putting herself out there.
Yeah, it's all about putting yourself out there and trying out for that first tournament. And then once you've got that under your belt, really, there's no stopping you.
Yeah, that's the path to even being a pro gamer. You've got to take part in competitions. You've got to lose sometimes. You've got to take part in the tournaments. And the more tournaments you do and the more competitions you take part in, the better you'll get. Practice makes perfect. That's the old age saying.
Yeah, and Gwen plays multiple games. I've been looking her up online. And as well as doing football drills IRL, she's also playing a variety of different games, from sports sims like EAFC to FPS games as well, and karaoke.
Oh.
Before the show started, don't sound surprised, please, Jade, because you were singing along to Gwen singing High School Musical 2. So hopefully we can talk to Jade later and maybe see if. Oh no, we don't have the rights to that. I'm going to stop right there because actually Jade is ready to talk to us, so we can all have a chat with her now. Jade, can you hear me? Oh. She hopefully will hear me in a second. She's clearly tapping out to someone saying, I won my first game. I just drew on my second. Jade, can you hear me? Okay, well, hopefully we'll hear from her too. I do think she is frantically telling someone how it's going. You can see that she's doing it so fast because she knows, A, she might be talking to us, and B, she's got another match to get ready for as well. I mean, it was interesting because with these two players, with Nunu and Jade, even though it was end-to-end, they did have some different styles, and we definitely saw that as they were trying to counter each other, as they were adapting through the game. Nunu, Jade?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Nunu came out on the aggressive straight away, and Jade almost came out on the defence straight away. And then as they learned each other's gameplay as the game went on, it sort of switched. JD came back 2-2. What a brilliant game that was.
Were you excited to see Nunu as well adapting? Because it was almost like you guys said it when you were commentating. Are they listening to us right now? Because Nunu started to widen out her approach to the attack, and you could really see her making use of the wings.
Yeah, I think that was the most impressive thing about that game, is how quickly, about 30 minutes in, Nunu realized JD was defending really well when she was going down the middle, so she switched and started attacking down the wings more, and then JD realized afterwards how Nunu was playing, so she adapted, and it's a very rare skill to have. Not many FC players have it, so I think I was very, very impressed by them.
Yeah, super impressive. Hopefully we can get Jade now, so let's see if she's ready to talk to us.
Hello.
Hey, Jodie, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Lovely to talk to you. Who were you texting just now?
My other half.
Other half, just updating them on the scores?
Oh, yeah.
Just letting them know how it's going. It's going, I have to say, incredibly well for you, JD. Are you surprised? Because earlier Ali was saying, oh, JD says she's not a very good player. You're a fantastic player. How are you feeling?
I'm happy I've won a match. I'm happy I've drawn a match. I haven't lost. So I'm good. It was all I was expecting, or hoping for, rather.
Yeah, and how are you finding your first tournament experience?
Do you know what? I just came into it thinking, just have some fun. And I have been having fun. So I'm met expectations. I'm happy. So, yeah, it's good.
What were your expectations?
That it was going to be difficult, and I should probably just go in and just do what I normally do, which is just vibe central, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So,
Tell us about the vibes versus Nunu, because it was such a fantastic game to watch. The two of you were just adapting to each other, particularly in that second half. Do you think you kind of were able to relax once you scored that first goal?
Not really, because she's very good. I definitely thought that as soon as I got the first goal, I was like, right, I've got to just don't get ahead of myself, just try and sit back. She keeps coming at me from different angles, so just try and defend with as many people as I can. Just do what you normally do, get those players where they need to be, and luckily it worked. And then there was just that 2 minutes where it just kind of all fell apart. But no, good on her for taking advantage of it. So. Yeah.
And when you were asked to do this tournament, what was your initial thought? Because we know, obviously, you are someone who streams EAFC all the time on Twitch and known as a content creator, but now you could potentially win a pro contract with Guild, so you could start your pro career.
I mean, let's take it one match at a time, but but yeah, no, do you know what? I was just excited to come in and just play some other people that I could, people that from social media and stuff, and instead of just sitting playing rivals all the time, it was do you know what? It's something different. And initially, I thought they'd made a mistake. I was like, there's no way that they're asking me to be part of a tournament. Absolutely not. But once I got my friend to read the email and translate it and go, no, you have actually been asked to do this. I was like, okay, thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, overall pretty excited about it.
Well, thank you so much for taking part, because you've been thrilling to watch so far. We can't wait to see more from you later on, JD. So good luck with your next matches. Right, well, she's off.
She's lovely.
Off.
She's lovely.
She's fantastic.
What a
isn't she?
lovely ray of sunshine.
Yeah, and I love that she just was not expecting to even be asked to be part of the tournament, and she's just taken the opportunity and run with it.
It's exactly what you said. When someone says, "Oh, I'm not very good," they almost talk down on themselves a little bit, but they should have the confidence to say, "Yeah, I'm all right, actually. I'm good," because she's very good.
You know what? She also seemed really confident, actually.
I mean, I think I can take a little bit of blame for that, JD, because I told Gil to put you forward for this tournament, so I apologize. That's my fault. But no, she's very calm, and I've watched her stream so many times, and she's such a lovely person. And like you said, she is a ray of sunshine. So go and follow JD for sure.
As I mentioned in rehearsal, because this is a women's tournament, we will have people apologising for no reason whatsoever. You just apologise for getting JD into the tournament, and so far she has definitely delivered. She's currently looking like she might be a shoo-in for one of those 6 spots up for grabs in the LAN finals at Sky Studios on the 9th of November. However, we've only got 2 rounds under our belt so far. We do have 5 more to come. So I have a feeling that the leaderboard might change a bit, especially now with Lisa getting her first win under her belt. Heather's got 1 win, 1 draw, actually the same as JD does now. So do you think we've got a favourite so far?
No, I don't think so. I think it's still all up in the air. I mean, Lisa's great to hear that she had a good second game. I mean, 7 goals. That goal difference is, like you say, it's going to be crucial considering Olivia got 9 in her first match. So I think it's all going to come down to goal difference and how they can keep their composure in the next couple of games.
Well, it's going to be a really interesting game. I know I keep saying this, but they're all interesting, and I'm excited for each and every one of them, especially this next one, because it's the first time we're going to see MZ in a feature matchup against Foot Header. And it was interesting that MZ lost 9-0 earlier to Olivia, because actually MZ literally has a gold medal under her belt earlier.
Yeah, I think, but it's like I said earlier, MZ hasn't had the opportunity to compete as much as she does, and it is going to be a very hard next game for her against Heather, because Heather and Lisa are both quite ruthless players, and they're going to look at the table and see there's a lot of goals on the board. I need to score a lot more. So I hope Heather doesn't go too hard on MZ, and I hope MZ's feeling all right, because she is lovely, but she is a really, really good player. It's just that mentality thing we've been speaking about.
You're too nice. Be evil.
I think these are gamers, and competitions in their blood, and winnings in their blood. Heather's going to go ham.
I like that description. I do believe they are getting set up now, so I think I might be good to release you.
Oh, release her.
Can I release you? It's like I'm in charge of this whole shebang. I am absolutely not. I'm not to be trusted. They've basically banned me from the control room. I am the kind of liability that walks around technology with an open mug or glass of water, and people shudder as I enter a room. Now, as you know, we are powered by Sky Broadband, and it has never been easier to switch, because Sky Broadband has the UK's only major 24/7 support switching service. So in other words, if you're feeling like you might want to game like the pros, it's never too late to switch to Sky Broadband. We are ready, however, to get into our 3rd round of games. So let's head over to our commentators.
Welcome back to the commentary studio. Now, we have seen a lot of goals, a lot of good gameplay, Should we have a guess of how many total goals there's going to be by the end of today's
cheers,
tournament?
guys. Well,
Yeah,
so loud
I
in here, isn't it?
reckon
The fans are really up for this
49.
one, and I'm sure the
49.
managers
What about you?
reminding them,
I
remember
think
what you need to focus
70,
on and how all of that moves.
78.
Oh my gosh! And you're the gamer, so I'm way off.
No, I think it will be quite a lot because I see, for example, Lisa winning her previous game 7-0. I've seen Lisa when she needs to win by goal difference. She scored 30-odd goals against someone before because she needed goal difference. So I wouldn't be surprised if Heather and Lisa do the same thing again today, because at the end of the day, it's not about being nice when you're in competition. It's about winning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the Mr. Nice Guy, is it? And it's nice to know that Lisa has that ability to score 30 goals if she so needs to. But right now we're watching MZ and Lisa go at it. MZ in the black and Lisa in the white. What do you predict for this game?
I feel like it's a hard one to predict. I feel Heather is on a really, really good run, and a run that she's needed, trying to get the first goal here, but well defended by MZ. I hope MZ's confidence hasn't been knocked too much, because she unfortunately hasn't won the game yet today. In terms of that mentality side, you're two games down already. What advice would you have for MZ?
Like JD said in her interview, just take it one step at a time, one game at a time. Oh, lovely goal from Lisa there. Oh, and it's so hard to, go down in the first minute. So yeah, I mean, she's got to try and stay in the game.
Yeah, I think, Heather's doing really, really well so far. I think she is scoring with that theorem, which we saw JD also use in her game. So I think he might be a card to watch. Maybe he is one of those meta players this year so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's see if MZ's already can stay in the game here.
Yeah, I mean, early goal in for Heather. Is she going to get another? No, but you can tell already very early on, Heather is trying to get as many goals as she possibly can, because if she's heard Lisa just got 7 from her second game, she's going to come in this game thinking, how many goals can I get?
Yeah, it's constant competition, isn't it? She's going to try and go for 8. If Lisa gets 7, she's going to... Oh, lovely goal. She is punishing MZ, but it's important for MZ to keep her head in the game here. And like I say, think about it step by step. If MZ can score just 1 goal at least, then that's great. And then you just keep going up the staircase.
Yeah, I think that's where you need to sort of reevaluate what your goals are. MZ will come into this knowing Heather's a really, really good player. So from MZ's perspective, I would just try to learn as much as I can from this game. 3-0 up for Heather, 20 minutes in. I think your prediction of 40-odd goals potentially is going to be too low.
Yeah, I think it's too low.
Do you want to guess again?
Yeah, let me guess again. 81.
81.
81. Is that a bit better?
Yeah, I think 81's good.
Okay.
We might potentially see it push into the hundreds, depending on how this game goes. But, like we mentioned earlier, and like Frankie said, MZ is a Commonwealth Games gold medalist for esports. It was in Birmingham a couple years ago, and I feel like no matter what happens in this tournament for MZ, no one's taking that gold medal away from her.
Absolutely not. And to even take a part in this tournament is huge. This, partnership, Sky Broadband and Guild, is a pioneering initiative. So the fact that she's a part of it and taking part with the other 6 players, it's no easy feat, and it's something to be extremely proud of.
Definitely, I completely agree. I think MZ's always been one that pushes for diversity and inclusion, and the fact that she's part of this tournament today is so important, like you said, and she's part of that change essentially.
Yeah, exactly. She's part of history. Oh, a lovely goal. Heather's just making this look easy. My goodness me, she's getting a goal every couple of minutes at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was saying to Frankie earlier on. Heather and Lisa are ruthless. They don't care how your opponent feels. If they need to get goals, they are going to get it no matter what. I do feel quite bad for MZ, because I've been on the receiving end of high score lines, and it can really knock your confidence. But MZ's a really, really good player. She's come up against 3 really difficult opponents so far. Heather getting her 5th goal, 31 minutes in, again with that theorem card. I feel like Heather's going to increase the price of theorem in the foot market.
I feel like in headers head, she's not competing against MZ. She's competing against that goal difference. She's heard the other players, the amount of goals they were able to score. So in headers head, she's out for blood and she wants to beat that. She wants to get 10. She wants to get 11, 12, 13. That's what's in headers head right now.
Yeah, and I also think Heather's also competing against herself. Is she going to get a 6 here, well defended by MZ? But it's like we've mentioned earlier, Heather's going to get a 6 here. No, she doesn't. Heather, I'm trying to commentate.
Trying to keep up with you here, Heather.
But, Heather's really struggled over the last year or so on the competitive side. I'm sorry, what was that?
That was the 6th goal.
That was the 6th goal, but
Yep.
it seemed like MZ's keeper just let it slid off
Yeah,
his hands.
I think it might have been a mistake from MZ there.
Oh, I mean, that is 6-0 at the 36th minute is harsh, but Heather's, like I said, Heather feels like she has something to prove now. Her repertoire, is that the correct word, hasn't been great over the last year, and she really needed this confidence boost, and competing against goal difference and competing against herself today.
Yeah, and they always say, her repertoire hasn't been great over the past year. An injured animal is the most dangerous. And, she is the comeback queen, so she has got something to prove. And she's certainly proving it. She's on really good form here so far, Alia.
I will say, I think over the last year and a half, this is the best I've seen Heather play in a really, really long time. And this is the Heather that I first knew 4 years ago. So FC 25 might be her redemption arc.
Yeah, she seems to have really nailed the understanding of the game.
And that's one thing that's really important is every edition of the game that releases every September, it's a different game. You have to relearn the game every single year. She's got her 7th goal, and I feel like that proves she has really, really learned this game very quickly.
She knows the intricacies of it. She knows it inside out. What I'm noticing about MZ, she's just not getting enough bodies in the box, and they're taking quite a high defensive line. She needs to get their bodies back a bit.
I mean, there's the 8th goal for Heather just before halftime with Eden Hazard, our Chelsea legend.
Yes, Chelsea legend.
This is about to be, I think, our biggest scoreline of the day so far. It's been 9-0 that Olivia managed to get earlier, but it looks like it's about to be 10, even 15
I think
maybe.
we're getting into the teens for sure. I mean, half-time, we're at this high score line already. It's going to be in the teens, definitely double digits. Headers out for blood, clearly. She seems like she's enjoying herself.
Yeah, I'm as sad as it is for MZ, I am happy for Heather in a way because I've known Heather for a few years now. I know how difficult it's been for her, and to see her playing so well and sort of get her spark back with the game is really, really nice to see. I mean, what do you think Heather might have done over the last few months to get back into this form?
It's not easy to get your spark back when you've lost it, and that goes for anything across the board. I think whatever you're doing, it can apply to anything, is falling back in love with it. And I think that's the key. Once you have that passion and once you fall back in love with it, then the spark will relight. And clearly, Heather's in love with this game. It's showing all over her gameplay, and good for her. But like we say, with MZ, it's important not to get disheartened. She's still one of 7 of the women competing for this amazing prize in this amazing competition in this tournament. So it's important to keep your head up and smile.
Yeah, and I feel like getting to the live finals in November is a huge achievement in itself because then you get a clean slate. It doesn't matter what scores you had today. You're in the live finals. You're coming to play LAN, and LAN, in my opinion, live events are one of the best esports events to take part in.
Absolutely, and then you can call yourself a finalist, and nobody can take that away from you.
No. I mean, they won't take away a gold medal no matter what.
Absolutely.
And I think it's nice to see as well with MZ. I've known her for a couple of years now, how much more confident she's gotten and how much happier she's become. And I remember when I first met MZ, she was quite shy. She wasn't really very chatty. Now she's streaming, she's doing content, she's, pushing for diversity and inclusion, and it's just really nice to see her own personal growth as well.
Yeah, and that's what esports can do for you though, isn't it? And that's why it's so important. These initiatives like Sky Broadband and Guild, breaking down barriers, addressing the gender disparity. Because when you get the women in and their confidence grows and they really start to flourish, just like with MZ, and we see that a lot. So it's lovely to see.
And I think that's like, what you were mentioning earlier about how careers can come from just gaming. I remember growing up, I used to hate being in front of the camera, didn't like it. I was so shy and honestly insecure. I started streaming a few years ago playing this game, and I've had so many incredible opportunities from it. Like, I was in Vancouver a few months ago, and that was lovely. And I've been to Amsterdam and Switzerland purely just from this game. And it goes to show how many opportunities can come, like you said, but how much my own personal confidence has grown. Because you tell kid me that I'm doing this,
they laugh. Yeah. Do you know, it's not just professional growth. It's lovely goal from another one from Header there. It's not just professional growth. It's personal growth. You know, it can open so many doors for you personally and professionally. And that's the beauty of initiatives like these that put women on a world stage to be able to compete on a platform at high level.
What would you say is the biggest thing that gaming has given to you on a personal level?
Honestly, my confidence. Genuinely my confidence. Just being able to come out here and do it well and believe in myself. And that's just me. So imagine all the other hundreds of thousands of women out there and the confidence it's built for them. What about you?
I feel like for me personally, it is the confidence as well, but it's also the courage that I now have to say yes to things. Because I remember the first broadcast that I did years ago, I was so nervous. I'm thinking, people are going to judge me. Am I good enough for this? And then now, having the courage to just say yes to things, I feel like that's the biggest thing. I have more belief in myself.
Yeah, and belief is priceless, isn't it? Absolutely priceless. It's amazing what gaming can do for you, and that's why these initiatives are so important. MZ has possession here. Let's see what she can do with it. Oh, come on, MZ, come on! Ah, unlucky. But that was a good good bit of game there from her.
I feel like what MZ needs to do now is, realistically, she's not going to score 9 goals in the next 20 minutes. What I would do is use the remainder of this game to just try out different things and prepare myself for the next game. Not give up, but this game, it's 10-0 to Header. You know, she's
double figures.
Yeah, she's not getting it back. So from MZ's perspective, how do you think, or what do you think she can do to recover before she plays her next game?
I think it's important to reset. I wouldn't even consider these losses if I were her. Like you say, treat the next game. Lovely attack!
She got a goal!
Well done! Lovely
well
goal
done,
as well.
MZ.
Really confident, composed goal. And that's all she needed. One goal on the board. Now she's got a goal on the board. Now she can go into the next game with a little bit of confidence under her belt and see if she can, draw. Baby steps.
Yeah, exactly. She knows she can score. She knows she can play well. She's had the toughest opponents, Lisa and Header, within the first 3 games. Is not an easy feat. So hopefully from now we see MZ's confidence grow, and we'll see her in the live finals in November.
Yeah, exactly. This is all she's got to do, step by step, baby steps. Nice interception from her. Now see if she can make a run for it. Lovely passing.
Oh, well defended by Header.
Yeah,
I feel like,
really good.
I feel like Header eased off a little bit, but it does seem like now for the last 20 minutes, she is going to try and get as many goals as possible. And what's interesting, I feel like she's not attacking as much, but the biggest scoreline was 9-0. Is Header trying to just one-up it and go 10?
I think so. I think now she's got her 10.
Her 11.
Lovely goal. Now she's got her 10. She's not pressing as much. And also, she had a goal in there from MZ. She could have easily defended that a bit better. So maybe she just wanted to, like I say, beat that 9-goal record so far. I knew she was playing against those goals and not against MZ. But get to that, beat that record, and she's done exactly that. And now she can just sort of relax a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 10 minutes here. I hope MZ just keeps pushing. MZ, if you're listening or if you're watching.
If you can hear us.
If you can hear us. Honestly, just try different things. See what happens. Header is trying to get her 12th goal here. Is she going to do it? Well saved by MZ.
Yeah, lovely
again.
goal there. Yeah, and use this game for MZ. Just try different things. Like you say, get creative. What suits you? What suits your style? Maybe try going down the wing a bit more. She's quite in the centre at the moment. So, just try different things.
Yeah, definitely. Is she going to try and get a second goal here? That's a really good through ball. Can Haaland score for her? Well defended by Header. She still had possession, but Header managed to get it back. Let's find out if Header is going to try to get a 12th goal here to really seal this win. Not that she hasn't sealed it already, but Header is going to try, well
Yeah.
defended by
Well
MZ.
defended. That was a chance there for
Yeah.
MZ. I think she kind of she maybe
Panicked.
overthought it. Yeah, she panicked a little bit and she wasn't playing instinctively. She was just trying to think it through. And by that, she's lovely goal from Header. That's number 12.
Number 12.
Can we get to 13?
It'll be interesting to see if she does. But on that Son card, it's a loan card, and she only has one game left with him. So it'll be interesting to see who she swaps Son out for, because he has been scoring a
Yeah.
lot of goals for Header.
Who would you swap him out for?
Palmer.
Palmer. Yeah.
I feel like that's a good choice, isn't it?
Great choice.
It's not biased just because we're Chelsea fans, but
No, he's a great player.
yeah, Palmer's incredible.
Yeah.
mean-
I think MZ has had a couple of half chances and it's important to try and convert those half chances, especially in a game like this where it's not really going to make a difference to the end score, but just for your own personal confidence and your own style of play.
Yeah, and that's where that confidence thing comes in, because Emma hasn't had a great run of games today, but when you don't win as much or even have such big score lines, you start overthinking and panicking a lot more, and I feel like that's what's happening to MZ over here. But it is a really, really good win from Header. 12-1. That is the biggest scoreline we've seen so far today.
And I think that's just going to rub her ego even more. I think she's going to be very, very pleased with herself. And you know what? She needed it for the goal difference as well. We've had some games that have had some big score lines. So I think, she'll be very happy with that. She's had a great showing to start with.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is the best I've seen Header play in the last year and a half. And it's really, really nice to see. And Header's definitely done something, in the sense of privately. Like she's worked on herself,
Yeah.
and we don't know what she could have done. But
Yeah.
I feel like she's done a lot of self-reflection and personal growth to allow her to compete at this level again, because it's like you said, if you're mentally not in a great space and you lose your spark and you don't have as much love for it,
Yeah.
you tend to struggle a lot more.
Yeah, and that's with anything, like I was saying earlier. She's fallen back in love with it, and it's easy to see. And I think, like you've said as well, she understands this game and the intricacies of it. She's absolutely nailed it. She plays with such confidence, and it's extremely instinctual. So yeah, good for her. She's having a great game so far.
Yeah, definitely. Now, that is the end of the first half of games. We are going to go to a break, but make sure you stay tuned for more action-packed games, because it's been amazing so far.
everywhere I go. The people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If it's it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no beast when you really real. I am the boss, I am the dawn. I am the one they call Lucky Charm. Got my own shit, I don't need your farm. Life was so hard, it made me weak. Built to last, this girl ain't weak. Sturdy and still when I plant my feet. Got it out the melon, now it's back to my sleep. Look to God, he supplies my needs. Endless faith is what brought me next level prosperity. Silent power moves is what I'm giving. They love to hate the world they can't live in. Always present for the high roads. Go swim within the deep lows. Load. What told the future? Who knows? I don't do it for the likes, I do it for the love. Do it for the ones who really need a hug, cause they had it tough, never had enough. Feared, loved, and respected. Using words as a weapon. Test and she. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Smile on my face, would my place, but act gully on cyberspace. Let's pump brakes, let's be frank. Running after him when you're the chase. You are the catch and he's the net. How quickly do we all forget to honor these small policies, my darling? You are the empress queen. Man, respect or he'll neglect. You are the wind beneath his wings. You are the season, you are the reason why this world can breathe. Giving sons eyes to see and daughters dreams to believe. Anything less than the best for you is high treason, queen. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Hurry up quick, El Jefe's coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom.
Welcome back to the tournament where we still have 4 more. What is potentially going to be even more exciting games.
Yeah, it's been showstoppers so far. The action's been all over the place, super intensity, super high pressure. I'm excited for the next 4.
I think we've really seen the power of the underdog today, especially with Olivia. I mean, I don't think any of us expected her to be powering through as well as she has.
Not at all. I mean, I did predict the underdog, I must say. I didn't predict what one. I had no idea, but I
One
was...
of them.
One of them. I was hoping the underdog was going to come through, and I'm always a supporter of the underdog. I cannot wait for us all to watch Olivia play next, and so we can see why she's so great.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we next have Gwen versus Olivia, and like you said, I really, really want to see how Olivia plays because the score lines that she's had have been incredible. So let's have a guess. Do you think she's going to be very attacking like Heather has been, or do you think she's very tactical?
I think she might be both. I think she might be quite tactical. She might be able to read her opponent really, really well. And I think she's high pressing. She's on the attack because you don't score 9 goals just sitting back and taking it easy and playing cautiously. So I think she's going to give us a great show, Alia.
Shall we have a prediction on how many goals Olivia might score in this game?
Yes, Olivia versus Gwen. I reckon she can match what she did with MZ. So I'm saying 9 goals. You?
9. I think she might do... Heather got 12. I think she might try and go for 13 just because Heather beat her record. So Olivia's going to look at it and say, okay, let me try and beat Heather's record now.
Yeah.
And especially, they're on the exact same points. We'll show you the table as soon as we can. But Heather and Olivia, exact same points, exact same goal difference. So Olivia, she's going to go for blood, like you've been saying, like what Heather was doing, to just try and win on goal difference today.
I think it's important because, you know, everyone needs to be aware of goal difference because it's actually going to make the difference, I think, in points today. So if she can get more goals than Heather, what Heather just did in this next round, then that will just give her the advantage, or at least get close to it. What was your prediction? 13?
13,
13.
yeah.
Mine's 9. Okay, whoever's the closest wins.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, so it'll be, if she gets 10 or 11, it's you.
Yeah.
She gets, she gets 10 or 10 it's you, 12 it's me, and then 11 it's either of us.
Yeah.
We'll get a draw.
Great.
Okay, we'll find out who wins at the end of this game.
Let's get this game started. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to watch Gwen play as well, because like Frankie said earlier, we were watching Gwen on her TikTok and her Instagram, and she does IRL football content, which is up and coming, it seems to be in the UK. A lot more women have the confidence to post themselves playing football and doing skills online. So, I mean, I personally can't play football.
No,
at
me
all.
either.
You
Me
can't?
either. I'm useless. I'm absolutely useless. But I do think it has transferable skills into the gaming world. Understanding just the movements of the ball and all of these things. And, it helps with physical fitness as well, you know? So all of these things come into play. I'm really, really excited for this game.
Me too. And I believe Gwen is in the red and Olivia is in the black here. So
Yes.
seems as though Gwen is a Man United fan, and we do believe her favourite player is Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Okay. Well, he's a lot of people's favourite player. Is he yours?
Yeah, I love Ronaldo. I feel like it's like I always say every time people ask me Messi or Ronaldo, I don't choose which one based on their game stats and
To directly compare them.
I'm just like, I like Ronaldo. My brother's a United fan. I grew up watching Ronaldo. Chelsea fan, but grew up watching Ronaldo. So I feel like I'm drawn to Ronaldo. But what about you?
I really respect Ronaldo, but I love Messi.
Yeah.
So I'm very much a Messi girl. That's a weird saying. I'm very much a
messy
Messi
girl.
girl. I'm not a messy girl. I'm a very clean girl, but I like Messi.
Right, here we go. We've just seen Olivia is already 1-0 up. Apologies, we missed the goal there for you. But 8 minutes in, 1-0 already. So I think, like you've predicted, she's going to be very attacking, and tactical.
Yeah, exactly. She's aware of that goal difference as well, so she needs to try and score as many goals as possible. Gwen needs to try and stay in the game and not let her run away with it. It's really, really important. Another goal there.
And you can see Olivia was actually trying to green time there, because green timing in game makes it a lot more accurate when you try and shoot. Unfortunately, she didn't get the green there, but it goes to show how much skill she actually has in the game. And I can't wait to see how many goals and how she plays today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got Gwen having a bit of possession now. Let's see if she can keep it and make her way up towards goal.
This is, you have to give a lot of props to Gwen. She's coming into this tournament, never played competitively before, coming up against a lot of professionals. I mean, I feel like any content creator that takes part in a professional tournament, especially this one by Sky Broadband and Guild Esports, you have to give them a huge pat on the back, because it's not an easy thing to do. Like, you have to have courage to even sign up.
Absolutely, so much courage. And like I say, this initiative is so good because it allows the grassroots players to play against the professionals, and even if they don't win the whole tournament, they would have learnt so much. They would have picked up so many skills, picked up that player's skill and that player's skill, and it's a really, really good initiative, so it will definitely develop them down the line.
Think of the experience as well that they're going to get, especially when we go to the live event in a couple of weeks. Like, LAN events give you so much confidence because you have to play in front of all of the cameras pointing down at you, the lighting. Like, it is quite mentally tough. So it'll be interesting to see how they play online versus in a live event.
Absolutely. It's a whole different ball game playing in the grand finale, live in person. You don't have your home comforts. It's a lot more daunting. So that's where we'll see, if any, if they're going to buckle under pressure.
Definitely. And I think we have seen a little bit more peak of Olivia's skill here. She quickly won the ball back. Green time goal to make sure it went in by Vinny Jr. But just before that chance, she did a little one-touch flick to get over the defender. Unfortunately, it was offside, but I think it goes to show how skillful Olivia is. And I mean, I feel like we haven't heard much about her before, and it's an underdog. I feel like Lisa and Heather have been the reigning queen, so to speak, of the UK FC scene. I feel like Olivia's giving them a run for their money.
Yeah, Olivia is an elusive entity. She's very much an underdog. I want to know more. Who is she? Tell me more information, because she's playing like an absolute pro. She's had a great tournament so far. She's playing with confidence. You can see she doesn't rush her game.
No.
It's very well thought through. So however she's playing, keep it up.
And the fact that she's doing she did it again, that one-touch flick, trying to score using green times to make it more accurate. Outside the box Trevellas, we haven't seen a power shot yet, but she'll probably do it. The fact that she has all those different skills in her locker, that's one you expect from a pro player. So I feel like Olivia, I think you are a pro player. We don't know much about you, but I think you are a secret pro player.
Olivia, reveal yourself. We want to know.
I mean, just look at what she did there.
Lovely.
She just flicked it over her head and just tried to score. I mean, just look, Olivia, you're showing off now. I mean, you're being really skillful. I'd be scared to play against Olivia.
Oh,
nearly makes it 3-0, just offside
there. Offside.
Unfortunately, but I feel like Olivia's just trying out different skill moves, seeing what works, and little things like skill moves are so vital to the game, and it makes a difference, especially when you're in those tight spots and you can't really dribble past the defenders. Doing one skill move is so vital. For so long, I always played without using skill moves, and I learned how to ball roll. It took me about 6 months to learn how to do it, but then I started winning more games.
Right, yeah, it's completely vital when it comes to your gameplay, isn't it? It's important for Gwen to try and stay in this game and nick possession back and just see if she can nick a goal as well. She's got possession now. Let's see if she can make a run for it. Because you don't want to let Olivia run away with it. She's 2-0 down now, but that doesn't mean that she can't come back. No. We've seen scoring 2 goals consecutively. It's quite easy.
Yeah, and given the score lines that Olivia has had in her previous matchups today, the fact that Gwen is only 2-0 down is really, really impressive. I feel like Gwen should be so proud of herself that it's coming up to half-time and she's only allowed Olivia to score 2 goals. And she's had a few attempts at goal herself.
Yeah, absolutely. She can definitely take that and boost her confidence a bit, I think. But Olivia's had some goals that didn't count as well, so I think she might be maybe a bit frustrated.
Unfortunately, a little bit of a mistake there, trying to pass to her other defender in the box. But Olivia capitalized on that and has managed to make it 3-0 just before half-time. I mean, look at this. This is what Olivia's doing here, the player lock. Not many people have this skill, and it's a very, very difficult skill to learn. You tend to see the men pro players at the very top level doing it, and player locking, pretty much, it just means that you're going to lock on that player, and if you try and pass, it's going to go to that player. But you can also do a player lock cancel where you make your opponent think, I'm going to pass to him, cancel it at the last minute, and go somewhere else. So
Right.
that Olivia, I'm very impressed.
Very skillful. You're impressing Alia over here. And there was great defence from Gwen just there around the goal. Action there. Olivia wasn't able to get it in the back of the net. A bit of kerfuffle. But yes, so far, really, really good half. Yes, Gwen is 2-0 down, but she's in the game still. Like we say, it's very easy to score 2 goals if you just have a bit of luck and have the skills to back it up.
Yeah, I feel like Gwen's doing so well. And what I feel right now looks to be the one who's going to come up on top today, because skill-wise, I feel like Olivia's more skillful than what we've seen from Heather and Lisa. And I just can't believe we've never heard of Olivia before. So it's this tournament from Sky Broadband and Guild Esports showcasing new talent and bringing women into the esports scene.
Exactly. It's so, so good for talent discovery and talent development, and it allows lesser known players like Olivia a chance to compete on a high level. It's a talent pipeline, essentially. Lovely goal there.
She makes it
4. But yeah, this initiative between Sky Broadband and Guild, it acts as a talent pipeline. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Finding the next new talent, finding the new generation. And that's why initiatives like these are so, so important, Alia.
And especially in such male-dominated spaces, what women need is opportunities to compete and to showcase their talents and give them opportunities to grow. And, you know, we don't really see many women-only tournaments in the FC scene. So a huge props and thank you to Sky Broadband for this tournament.
But Olivia makes it 5.
It's 5. I mean, it just goes to show, isn't it? Like, I just can't believe what we're seeing from Olivia here today. I knew she'd be good, but she is a lot more skillful than what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff, really. And I like we were talking about talent. You know, if it wasn't for this initiative, we wouldn't be talking about Olivia right now. You know, Olivia wouldn't be on our radar. So it's brilliant that this initiative exists, and you know, she's able to showcase all of her skills in front of the world.
Exactly. And just think about how, if Olivia wins in the live finals, what a goal! A Trivella green time by Bellingham. Oh my gosh, Olivia.
She's showing off now.
Olivia, you're showing off. I can't do that personally, so I'm a little bit jealous. I might need you to teach me how to do that. But, I mean, just like that, 7.
We can't keep up.
No, I just...
We're still celebrating the last goal, and she scores another one. We haven't got over
15 seconds.
Oh my goodness me. Yeah, she's really showing off. I'm excited to see, you know, her play some of the professionals and how she'll fare against them.
And I feel like that's why initiatives like this are so important, because if this tournament wasn't put on, Olivia would never really, or wouldn't have had much of a chance to showcase how good of a player she really is. And now people are going to watch this. You never know who's watching these types of broadcasts. There might be agents out there watching Olivia thinking, hey, she's really, really good. Who is she? I want to find out more about her. And this could essentially change her life, just like the way gaming has changed our lives.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, the participant number in women in esports is growing. We still have a long way to go, but initiatives like these are vital and they're priceless. You know, women's teams right now, you know, they might have fewer sponsorships or, you know, fewer lesser prize pools, limited visibility compared to the male counterparts. But you said you never know who's watching.
Exactly.
And you never know where your next opportunity is going to come. And if you're an agent or you're a team and you're looking and you're watching this today and you're thinking, who is Olivia? I want to meet her.
Well, that's all you need, isn't it? It's just the opportunity to just showcase your talent. So a huge props to Olivia for signing up for this tournament and taking part, because I think this is the start of us seeing a new UK professional player.
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing amazingly. And Gwen is still trying. And like I say, Gwen can take all of these little tidbits and add it to her skill set and learn and pick up from other people. So that's why it's so important.
Yeah, and I think you always have to look at the positive side of things. Yes, Gwen might be losing by big scorelines, but every opponent you play, you can learn something from. And I'm sure Gwen's watching this thinking, she managed to score against me doing this, or she does this or that in game, and you try and do it yourself. So Gwen, I hope you're watching and I hope you're really learning. Don't be too, sad or upset, because well done, one, for signing up, but also you have an amazing opportunity here to learn so much from these players.
Exactly. There's always a silver lining, isn't there? There is always a bright side, and you know, if it's not a blessing, it's a lesson. And that's, you know, an old saying, but it's true. You know, if you don't end up winning, look how many things you've learned along the way, how many skills, how many different gameplays. So like you say, she's learning.
Yeah, and that's that mindset and mentality thing we've been speaking about. Is in every situation, there's always something you can learn from it. And if we take it from a gaming perspective, you know, Gwen's gonna learn a lot here, but that can transfer into real life as well, because now she can have that mentality thinking, you know, I learned a lot from FC, how can I use those same skills in my real life situation? If she's faced with something really difficult, she's gonna think, what lessons have I learned from this?
Absolutely. I would say the game's just calmed down a little bit. Olivia seems to just be relaxing. Maybe she's had a bit tired after scoring 7 goals. But yeah, it all just seems to be calming a little bit. And Gwen's actually been defending really well.
Yeah. I think Gwen's really picked up on the way Olivia is trying to score, which is why we've seen Olivia not struggle, but just not score as many goals as what she would hope. But she is being very calm outside the box, being patient. Is she going to get an 8 here? Again, very well defended by Gwen. And I feel like Gwen's playing really, really well.
Yeah, like you say, she's picked up on Olivia's sort of gameplay style, if you will, and she's defending night and day compared to how she was defending earlier on in the game, because she's learned how Olivia likes to score, how Olivia plays. She's putting more bodies in the box, and you can see that because Olivia is not struggling. She's got 7 goals on the board, but she is struggling to get that 8.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like games like this are really nice to watch, because it shows the skill level as well, and it shows how much room there is for growth and improvement. And again, it's another life lesson of there's always something you can learn and something you can improve on, and that's another one of the beauties of gaming.
Yeah, exactly. You never stop learning, and that can be applied to real life as well. Learning is an aspect of life. You learn until the day, you know, you pass on.
Yeah.
So. Oh, lovely save there from Gwen there. Lovely. And she's defending really well. Olivia had a chance a couple of seconds ago. She intercepted, defended, and got it out of the box. So she's doing really well in her defense right now.
Yeah, I feel like if there's one thing Gwen is going to take away from this, is she's going to have more confidence in herself. You know, she's played against really, really good opponents, which takes a lot of courage to even do. But now she's going to look at this and say, I've learned so much. What else can I do to become a better player? And, you know, we might see her start posting content around FC as well.
Yeah, exactly. And for the immediate effect of, well, she's still got games to go for the rest of the day. So she can take these little tidbits and these little lessons and apply them to her next games. And as we've just seen, Olivia has missed.
Yeah, she has missed.
She has missed. It is possible.
Yeah, it is possible for her not to score. But I think you are going to win on the prediction scale, because you said she was going to have 9.
I am closer currently.
You are closer. I mean, she might potentially get an 8 here to make it even closer for you.
She missed again. I think it's the way Gwen's defending. It's just sort of putting her off a little bit. She's not as comfortable. So Gwen's doing really, really well in defense right now.
Yeah, and we have seen now that another sign of that glimpse of the analytical side, to realize what Olivia's doing and adapt to it. And that's, like we said earlier, 2 really important skills in gaming and in life, to be able to analyze and then adapt to the different situations, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a great game, and I know obviously it's 7-0, but I think the way Gwen adapted to the gameplay there, it was brilliant, and she defended for her life, and Olivia wasn't able to score another goal.
No, I feel like Olivia has a lot of positivities to take from this game. You know, she's 7-0. We don't know what Heather has scored in the previous game, so it might have improved.
We will find out.
Yeah, we will, and it might have improved the goal difference, but I mean, I feel really proud of Gwen there for how she managed to adapt and pick up. Like, she stopped Olivia from potentially scoring 12, 13 goals.
Exactly, and she made my prediction come true.
She did. You won again.
I won again. I'm having a great day.
You're winning a lot on the predictions
I
today.
am having a great day, Alia. I must say myself.
You are, for sure. But let's find out if Frankie's having a great day herself too.
I am having a great day. This is fabulous. I love this day at the office. I'm just kicking back, watching some amazing EAFC and listening to you ladies commentating it. And because I'm the host, I don't have to make any predictions, which is fantastic news to my ears, probably news to yours as well. We are just waiting for the results from the other matches. And JD, she had a bye for this round, so she'll be competing in the next round of matches. She's got an extended break, so hopefully she's had a cup of tea. She settled the nerves a bit. But clearly, Olivia has No nerves at all. Another flawless game from her. And this is one of the really exciting things about the Sky Broadband Football Eseries. We are discovering new, fresh talent here. The winner will win £6,500. They will get Sky Broadband for free to help them bolster their broadband connection, full fibre I might add, so they can compete against the best of the best from the comfort of their own home. Very important for the training. And possibly most importantly of all, they get a pro contract with Guild Esports. Now, joining me again on the sofa, these two are absolutely tireless, Ali Harvey and Nina Jade. Paul, how are the matches going for you guys so far? Is this level what you expected, Alia?
I think it's what I expected and more. Every game we're watching is getting better and better, and I just feel so privileged to be able to commentate on these games and watch all the amazing talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we were saying in commentary, it is about talent discovery and discovering talents like Olivia. These tournaments, this initiative, it does serve as a talent pipeline. And without it, we wouldn't be able to watch Olivia's gameplay and other players' gameplay. So it's absolutely brilliant. It's priceless.
I am so excited to see more from Olivia. She's such a real discovery for me. She's such a technical player. She's reminding me of like a Matthias Bonanno or a Mark Marley, like so technically skilled. The player lot cancel. I mean, that is like a classic, but you would only expect to see it at the highest level of competition, and Olivia's bringing that today. But let's check out the rest of the results from round number 4. Gwen versus Olivia, as you've just witnessed on our mainstream, 7-0. Jade, you'll see that versus someone called Bai. That's actually not someone called Bai. That means she gets 3 points because everyone gets 3 points from the round they sit out. Lisa versus MZ, 4-0. And Heather versus Nuno, 6-0. So to be honest, from round number 4, I think all the results went the way that we were expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, MZ, it was nice to see that she kind of, not held her own, but, she only allowed Lisa to score 4 goals versus what she went through with Hedda and Olivia previously. So she's obviously getting better in her defensive style of playing, which is great to see. Hedda is aggressive as you like. She's running away with it, doing really, really well. So, yeah, it's all to play for.
It is, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen in our next round, because we are going to see, hang on a second, I'm just catching up with myself here. We're going to see Gwen versus Olivia on the stream next. No, hang on a second. We just saw that. I apologise profusely. We're going to see Lisa versus Nuno. I love using this phrase because it happens a lot in esports, the David versus Goliath matchup, because Lisa, she was the Goliath going into this tournament out of every single one of our 7 players here today. But Nuno has been one of our other surprises, Alia.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by how Nunu's been playing. She seems to have the ability to just adapt to how her opponent is playing, and she's very different. Like we were saying on commentary as well, she rages a lot in her content, but she's actually a very, very calm player, and I feel like she's performing a lot better than what a lot of us, myself included, would have expected.
I have to actually shout out to JD, because JD has described her own gameplay as like direct, very focused, but inside she's flapping like a duck. So I don't know, maybe some of our other players are feeling that way, but they're not showing it on the pitch this weekend. Let's take a look though at the leaderboard to find out where our points are at, because the top 6 will be going through to our finals on November 9th at Sky Studios. Currently you can see it's kind of all to play for really between Gwen and MZ at the bottom of the leaderboard at the moment, and as you can see at the top, contending for the number 1 and 2 seeds, Olivia and for Hedda. And the reason those seeds matter is because the 2 players who get the number 1 and 2 seeds will go straight to our second round. That means they're guaranteed top 4. Do you think that's likely to change, Nina Jade?
I think the top 3 could change and they could shuffle in amongst each other, but I think the top 3 is pretty much secure for now. Olivia's at the top of the leaderboard, and hats off to her, the underdog. Really, really happy to see that.
So, we already mentioned Lisa versus Nuno is coming up. Now, we've got to see both of these players play on stream. Nuno going very direct, very aggressive straight out the gate. Do you think Lisa needs to match that?
I feel like she does, especially with how close the top of the table is. I don't think any of us were expecting a top 3. I think we were expecting Lisa and Hedda, but Olivia sort of come out of nowhere and put herself at the top of the table. So Lisa, I think, has to be a lot more aggressive than what she has been today, because that goal difference is going to decide whether or not she finishes at least second to skip that first round in the live finals, which is really important. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. She needs to step up a bit. I know you mentioned she's not been very well. She's a bit poorly. This is where you dig deep, and this is what, proper pros are made of. And she's very, experienced in digging deep and finding it. I think she's probably seen the leaderboard now and realises she needs to step up a bit. But yeah, like we say, I had no expectations of an underdog coming through this strongly. So it's amazing to see.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go get ready to commentate this game. We should mention, if anyone has just joined us, earlier we did talk about the fact that Lisa's been a bit under the weather for the last month. However, that is not going to stop her reaching for the top, reaching for those all-important 3 points. You get 3 points if you get a win, you get 1 for a draw, and unfortunately if you get lost, you get 0 points. So everything is to play for in this next match up. So stay tuned as the ladies get ready in the commentary booth. Now, just to remind you, we are powered by Sky Broadband. We're playing on the UK's most reliable broadband technology this weekend. So if you want to game like the pros, you want to be gaming on Sky Broadband full fibre. Let us know in the chat how you're finding the matches today, predicting who is going to be winning this one, and we're going to actually take a look at the format so you can see how exactly the winning is going to go down. As the Sky Broadband Football E-Series gets underway, 7 players compete for a spot at the live grand finals. Competing remotely, players will go head-to-head in a 7-game round-robin Ultimate Team playoff. Games are scored across one leg with 6-minute halves, 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the 7 rounds, the top 6 players will progress to compete in person at the Sky Broadband Women's Esports Final. The live finals will be a 3-round single elimination bracket. Players progressing in first and second seed will immediately progress to the second round. Players who don't reach the grand finals will get one last shot at the third place playoff, preceding the final game of the day. The winner of the grand final will be crowned the Sky Broadband Football E-Series champion, earning themselves a Pro Guild contract, free Sky Broadband, and a share of £50,000 prize money. It's kickoff time for the Sky Broadband Football E-Series.
Welcome back to the commentary desk. Now, we've got 3 more rounds left. 4 have been complete. What do you think of FC so far and the gameplay today?
I love it, and the leaderboard is incredibly close, not just at the top, but at the bottom as well, for that knockout 6th place. I'm very excited for the next 3 games. I'm excited to see who can dig deep, who can pull their socks up and pull out something amazing.
Yeah, and I think, the nice thing about this is it's very unpredictable who's going to finish in the top 2 and who's going to take that final 6 spot to get to the live finals. And this is what we want to see. 3 more rounds and everything's up in the air.
Yeah, it's all to play for, and this is what we want. This makes great entertainment for us because it's super close in points, and this is exactly what we wanted. So I can't wait to get going.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the next matchup that we're going to be watching is Lisa versus Nunu. Now, Lisa actually has a bye in the next game, so she needs to score as much as she can this game to try and get to the second spot. But Heather's coming up against JD.
Yeah. So I think Lisa needs to try and score as many goals as possible in this. He's sitting 3rd in the leaderboard, and if she wants to get into that top 2, she needs to just pull up her socks a little bit. With Header facing Jodie as well, she's, that's going to be a good game, but she probably will win that as well. But we don't know, we'll see.
And we also, at the same time, do have MZ going up against Gwen, which is what's probably going to be the decider on who goes through to the live finals in a couple of weeks. But we now have the match between Lisa and Nunu. Lisa is in the pink, Nunu is in the blue. Now, it does seem Nunu's being really aggressive like we expected her to be.
Yeah, this is exactly how she started her last game that we watched as well. Super aggressive, but also one thing to watch about Nunu, as you said earlier, she picks up on her opponent's style of play very quickly. So yes, she's aggressive, but she's also thinking about her opponent and their next move as well, which is incredibly intelligent.
I'm very interested to see how Nunu adapts to Lisa's play, because Lisa can change her play as and when she needs to. So as soon as Nunu susses out what Lisa's doing, if Lisa picks up on that, she's going to switch her way of playing again. So it'll be very interesting to see how many different styles of play we see today.
Yeah, and that's what Lisa has in her locker. She is able to just switch it up and change it immediately. You know, the true pro that she is. And that's what Nunu's going to have to face. She's facing a pro in their top form. So let's see who's going to come out on top.
Definitely. I mean, so far, we only saw Nunu with possession for the first 11 minutes of the game. And Lisa's only just managed to get her first few touches on the ball. So I think this is going to be quite a possession-heavy game. And I feel like both players are going to have to be very, very careful and more tactical with how they're playing so they don't lose the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Nunu said herself that her style of play is direct and she's possession-based. She likes to keep possession because she likes to control the tempo of the game. So that doesn't surprise me at all. She also said earlier that this would be her biggest achievement so far. Competing in this tournament is her biggest achievement so far, and winning it would be out of this world. So it means a lot to her.
I mean, Nunu, congratulations for taking part. And it does seem you keep playing the way you have, you're making the live finals.
Yeah.
And I feel like you should be so proud of yourself because you have been unbelievable today.
Yeah, really, really impressive. Super impressive stuff. And so far, it's pretty much even Stevens.
Yeah, I feel like this game could go
either way.
And I think it's going to be a lot more closely contested than what we thought. I know Lisa is the pro player, but Nunu is giving her a really, really tough time so far.
Yeah, she's got possession now. Let's see if she's able to keep it and do something with it.
Yeah, I think you can see as well by the way Nunu is switching her players as Lisa is passing. She is trying to predict where Lisa is going. You can see there Lisa knows how tough of an opponent Nunu is going to be. Trying to shoot from relatively far outside of the box there.
Yeah, that was a chance for Lisa as well. Nunu should try and got to keep her head down, and this is what competitive gaming is all about, keeping your head down, keeping the mental game in it. So yes, she's playing against a pro, but she still has a lot of skills in her locker herself. She's just got to try and not lose her side of play, keep pressing, keep being on the attack, don't fall back into being too cautious.
Yeah, and I think Lisa as well has subconsciously is going to have more pressure because she knows that she is in third spot. If she doesn't push herself up to second, she won't automatically get a bye on the first round in the live finals. So I feel like Lisa's come up against a tough opponent for her to try and get as many goals for.
Yeah, it's not an easy opponent, is it? And, you know, there's a lot at stake, like we said. That top two finish is what she's aiming for. I mean, she's probably aiming for number one. These guys have competition in their blood. They want to win. But, yeah, you want to aim for that top two position. And currently she's sat in third place, so she needs to win this. And she needs to win this by quite a margin because of the goal difference as well.
Yeah, and especially that Heather is also currently playing. We will let you know the scores as soon as we have it. But I feel like Nunu is doing so well against Lisa. 30 minutes and Lisa's only really had one chance at goal. That is an amazing feat to do against Lisa Manley. But fortunately has given Lisa a free kick right outside the box.
Right outside the box. A little mistake there from Nunu. Didn't really need to do that either. But, you know, this is what desperation breeds sometimes. Pressure sort of causes desperate moves.
And unfortunately, it has been a red card for Nunu. She has lost Bastoni. So Nunu, is only down to 10 players. To lose Bastoni, one of your centre-backs, that's dangerous, and Lisa really has to capitalize on this now.
I'm actually not surprised it was a red card. Like I say, she didn't really have to do that move. It wasn't necessary. And this is what happens under pressure. You make mistakes that you wouldn't normally do if you didn't feel the pressure. So I think that was just a mistake from pressure. But I think Lisa's feeling a bit of relief now. Like, oh, okay, this is a tough opponent, but she's only playing with 10 guys. So yeah, much better.
And I feel like potentially as well, Nunu panicked there because that was Lisa's first proper chance at goal, and she thought, let me just tackle this, and fortunately has not worked in her favor. Lisa does appear to be going straight for goal here. Is she gonna score?
Yes,
she does. Top corner with Alexia Putelas, probably the strongest female card in the game, and just like that, 1-0 up. One mistake has potentially cost Nunu the game.
And that's what happens though. One mistake can cost you the game. I think it's important for Nunu to try and stay in it now and maybe not necessarily go on the full attack mode, but, you know, don't let her run away with it. Don't let her get 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay in it mentally as well as physically in the game.
Definitely, and this is exactly what Lisa Manley needed. She needed to get goals here, and I feel like she's sort of been given a little bit of an upper hand now, as though someone is trying to help her and say, try and score as many goals as you can, Lisa. This is your best chance to do it.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten a reprieve from somewhere. But this is her opportunity, and she's got to try and take it and score as many goals as possible.
I also do feel like since the red card, Lisa is attacking a lot more, but also a lot faster. It does feel like she is really trying to capitalize with Nunu, only having 10 players on the pitch. But
yeah. Her gameplay is sped up, and Nunu just seems a little bit out of sorts. She's not her usual self. You can see she's just a bit jittery, a bit cautious even. And I would be cautious as well if I was her, you know, playing with only 10 players. And playing up against a professional, and a professional that's at her peak performance currently as well. It's no easy feat. She has possession now. Let's see if she's able to keep it and do something with it. If she's able to score a goal with 10 players, playing against Lisa of all people, then she should be incredibly proud.
I mean, I feel sometimes, for me personally, I feel like I play better when I go down to 10 men or women on the pitch, because I feel like I have more at stake. But unfortunately, it means Nunu is going to potentially score here. She doesn't. But it means she doesn't have Bastoni for her next game, and she's going up against MZ as well. So MZ's going to look at this and think she's losing her starting centre-back. I might still have a chance here to actually finish in that 6th place to get to the live finals.
Absolutely. It has such a ripple effect, doesn't it, getting a red on the whole tournament. But it makes it really exciting for us.
Definitely. I mean, first half, Lisa Manley is leading. I feel like if Nunu hadn't gotten that red card, we would have potentially gone into half-time 0-0.
I agree, completely agree. It was very much even Stevens there. They were kind of both on par with each other. Red card came from a silly mistake from Nunu that wasn't necessary at all. We agreed that it came from pressure and just came from a bit of panic and desperation. That was Lisa's first real chance in the game. But she's got to just try and keep her head down now and stay in it.
I feel like as well, it will be very interesting to see if Nunu shows the adaptability that she's shown in the previous game. She has about 30 seconds now to just breathe and think, okay, what am I going to do now? But I don't think Nunu's out of this. She's been playing really, really well. Unfortunate with the red card, like you said, but I think she still has a decent chance at scoring here.
She's not out of this at all. I think half-time actually came at a good time for her because it allowed her just, okay, like you say, have a breath, reset, think about what style of play I'm going to have, think about Lisa's style of play and adapt, because she has that ability. We saw it in her other game.
Yeah, definitely. Lisa here on an early attack. I mean, like we mentioned earlier, Lisa is just pushing for goals now. Attempts to score outside the box. Well defended. Through ball in. Unfortunately misses the one-on-one. And I think that's where Lisa is starting to panic and lose composure, because she's thinking, I've got to try and score at every opportunity now. Yeah,
she's putting pressure on herself, I think, that doesn't necessarily need to be there, because she's such a strong player as it is. She has the natural ability. She doesn't need to put that pressure on herself. But great defensive work from Nunu there as well, because she could have easily let that slip in. So really, really good play.
Yeah, definitely. She tries to go here, Lisa. Unfortunately, well defended by Nunu. I mean, I think this is where we're seeing the adaptability from Nunu immediately after half-time shining through. And she's not going to make it easy for Lisa Manley to get into that top 2 spot. Because if Lisa doesn't finish top 2, Nunu could potentially face her in round 1 at the live finals.
Exactly. I think she's, like you say, she's taken a breath, taken a minute. And I don't think she's going to be making a mistake like that red card again. I think she's going to be a little bit more calculated and tactical with that. But she's got possession now. Let's see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just so impressed by how well Nunu is playing, because like we said earlier in the broadcast, a lot of Nunu's content is rage style content. She doesn't really show off her skill. So essentially she was a bit of an underdog, because you wouldn't know how good she actually is at the game, and she is pretty good.
Yeah, she is. She's very much holding her own against a professional. And, you know, like we say, it is grassroots versus professionals. They have that opportunity to play professionals in this amazing initiative. Lovely save there from Nunu. But, you know, she's holding her own against a professional, and she's only got 10 players on the pitch. She's doing incredibly well.
Yeah, I mean, not just a professional. She's the E-Lioness, like the England player for the esports side, and that's not easy to come up against. And I feel Nunu should be so proud of herself. 62 minutes in, with a red card, and she's only got Lisa on 1 goal, which is an incredible feat. Lisa here through on goal. Is she going to make it 2? She does. Really well done from Lisa Manley. I believe she subbed on Muriel as well at half-time, so smart sub from her.
Yeah, very smart sub. Very nice goal as well. Really clean, really powerful. And this is exactly what she needs to do. She needs to put a couple of goals in the back of the net to just help with that goal difference on the leadership board.
Yeah, I think this is the most calm, or erratic is probably not the right word, but maybe it is, I've ever seen Lisa play. She's normally a very composed and calm player, but now she's just all over the place trying to get possession back as quickly as she can and score as many goals as she can. But I don't think Lisa or Heather thought the top 2 was going to be super hard to get, but Olivia's just shined through, and even the content creators and the grassroots are just giving them a really tough time.
I think they both thought they would maybe walk it and it'd be quite easy for them. But I love when things get turned on their head and the unexpected becomes the expected. I think it's great. And they're both kind of scrambling a little bit. They want to score as many goals as possible because they know they have an opponent who's currently top of the leaderboard.
Definitely. I mean, this is what I love about esports, is how unpredictable it is. Anything can happen. The top dogs can get taken down by the underdogs, like you've said. So it's very interesting. I can't believe it's only 2-0, and that's complete credit to Nunu for defending so well with 10 players.
Absolutely. Nunu is defending for her life, and she's doing really well. Really nice interception there. Defended really well. Let's see if she's able to keep possession. And you know what? If she's able to score just 1 goal, that's a credit to her.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Nunu, all she needs to do is, she is, I'd say, 80% guaranteed to make it to the live finals. Just quickly here, Lisa with her 3rd goal with Antoine Griezmann. I mean, that is just, Lisa loves to celebrate in game, but I feel like Lisa probably will be a little bit disappointed with herself for only scoring 3 goals, especially after that red card.
Yeah, but I think, at the end of the day, a win is a win, and that's what she needs to take away. Yes, it was only 3 goals, and the goal difference is still quite large, but a win is a win. At the end of the day, she can walk away from that. It's good for her confidence as you go into the next game and really try and smash it.
Definitely. I mean, especially with Nunu, I feel like she's held her own so well, especially getting a red card. You would think someone like Lisa would really be able to capitalize on it, and she has been really trying to, but Nunu's held her ground so much better than any of us would have expected.
Absolutely. I mean, we're forgetting Nunu's playing against the top dog in this gaming industry. So even without the red card, it's no easy feat, this game. And I think she probably had that in her head, that it was always going to be a tough game. But how she's playing, regardless, is great. Yes, she's 3-0 down, but she's playing really well. She's not playing badly.
No, and I think that's just the thing, is when you come up against one of the best players in the UK, mentally, it can be quite challenging because you can start overthinking everything. But I feel like Nunu's done really well to keep herself composed no matter the opponent she's come up against. It's almost as though she's just thinking, it's just another game. I'll just take it as it comes and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Lovely interception there. You can tell she's not overthinking from how she's playing the game. She's not playing it like she's overthinking. I'd actually say lisa is overthinking a little bit in her style of game. It's not erratic, but it's not the usual composed Lisa that we see. So I'd say if out of the two, who was overthinking it was Lisa. But Lisa does have the competitive advantage. She's 3-0 up, and she's playing against an opponent with 10 players currently. So let's see. How do you reckon this is going to end? How many goals is Lisa going to get?
I feel like it's going to finish 3-0. I think it's the 85th minute. All Nunu needs to do is just hold possession. I'm surprised she's not just passing around the back between her 2 fullbacks, because that's what a lot of people tend to do. But I think it's going to sit at 3-0, because unless she loses possession, Lisa isn't really going to have much of a chance, and commentators curse again.
Yep, exactly. We love that commentator's curse, don't we? But nonetheless, both players have played really well, and they can walk away from this game being proud of themselves. I would say I definitely agree with you, our conversation from earlier. I think Hedda and Lisa thought they would have it a little bit easier in this round. And they've been given a run for their money.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, but that's what we love, isn't it? We love when underdogs come through, and it's going to make the live finals a lot more interesting. But Lisa Manley does walk away with a 3-0 win here. Not as many goals as what she would have been hoping, but I feel like she did well, and Nunu just really, really showed how good she is.
Yeah, Nunu, hats off to you. You did really well. And like you say, you're playing against the top dog. This is no easy game. It was no easy feat. 3-0 with 10 players. You can be proud of yourself.
Definitely.
Great match from Lisa as well. Really, really good game. Showed composure and was able to take the win. And like I said earlier, a win is a win.
I mean, we've had 5 out of the 7 rounds so far, and I feel like none of these games have disappointed us. Every single one has been so entertaining. So we hope all of you watching at home have enjoyed the broadcast so far. We are going to take a break, but after that, we do have 2 more rounds, which will finally decide who our top 2 and our top 6 players going through to the live finals are. So make sure you stay tuned, and we'll catch you after the break.
When she enters the room, be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom, please respect her rule. Hurry up quick, and Hef is coming soon. Sit up straight when she enters the room. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is her queendom.
Welcome back to the Sky Broadband Football E-Series. I'm Frankie Ward and I am much excited because we've got 2 more games left before we find out which 6 of our 7 competing players will be heading to Sky Studios on November 9th to compete for $6,500. That's the first prize pay packet, I should clarify. A 24 months of Sky full fibre broadband and that all-important pro contract with Guild Esports. And one of the competitors who is hoping to get her hands on all of the above is Lisa Manley. So hopefully she can join us for a bit of a natter because she gets to sit this next round out and fully focus on her final match of the day, which is going to be against Olivia. And Olivia is definitely a surprise so far this tournament. Lisa, hello, welcome. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Fantastic to have you competing with us today. Fantastic to talk to you now as well. How are you finding the tournament so far?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Obviously, I knew how good Heather and obviously Olivia was, but I didn't know obviously most of the other competitors. So it's been good so far. I mean, I haven't been well. I've been sick already today. And I'm probably playing at like 30% of how good I actually can be. But my coach has been helping, probably getting me over the line, telling me what to do and what not to do. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good tournament so far. The aim for today was just to get over the line, get to the broadcast. Pretty sure it's now impossible to get top 2 because of Heather's and Olivia's results, but just getting there, getting top 3 or 4 is the aim. And then when I get to the broadcast, even when I get to the LAN event, I'll be able to start off in the lower round, but obviously have the momentum, hopefully, into the second round.
You are still such a tough competitor, regardless of whether you place at that number 1 or number 2 seed. I mean, what was your reaction when you found out about this tournament?
Yeah, I think, so far it's been a good tournament. And I think when I found out about it, I think, we haven't had many tournaments female only. And I think obviously it's great that Guild and everyone behind the scenes has been able to put this on. I was hoping that a few more females would be able to actually do the online qualifier and have like 30 plus females competing. Obviously that wasn't the case, but so far I think everyone's put on a good show.
Do you think that's because women are less likely to put themselves forward for a competition like this?
I think obviously in general most tournaments they won't want to, obviously, especially as there's men as well. But I think for this tournament I expected a lot more, but it wasn't meant to be. But so far so good.
You've been representing your entire career. You are the only woman who's competed in the E-Premier League. I'm guessing you're hoping to appear there next year as well. That'll be kicking off in early 2025. What's been your favourite thing about your pro career so far?
I think for me it was actually representing England. I think, I've always wanted to represent England, whether that be online or obviously playing football in real life, and I was able to get the opportunity to try and represent them. I ended up winning that qualifier and I went out to, I think it was Switzerland to represent.
Zurich, yeah.
And we ended up getting I think quarterfinals and lost on penalties, traditional England style, but
traditional FC
that,
style, losing on pens.
and England in real life. But yeah, I think I mean that was probably the highlight so far, is representing them.
How has it been being an E-Lioness?
Yeah, I think it's good, obviously, the experience of being able to go to Wembley. I think we went there with Heather as well and Anna as well, who obviously plays for Guild. We ended up having the experience of going there, having coaching from Zach, which is arguably one of the best coaches in the world. Yeah, exactly. And I think, having him alongside the coach I already have and being able to play with all the other great competitors, females as well, and also obviously against the men, obviously Tex and all that lot. I think overall it's been a great experience for all of us, not just me.
So looking ahead to your final match of the day, you get to sit the next round out and have a chat to your coach, I imagine, and think about how you're going to get as many goals as possible. You are going to be playing up against Olivia. Is she someone you played before?
Yeah, I don't know if I've played against her. I think maybe once. I know she's, in my opinion, and I said this before the tournament started to her, she is a favourite in this tournament. She's arguably the best female in the UK, in my opinion. So, to be honest with you, personally, it doesn't bother me how that game goes. I think I'd like to at least get a draw or win, but it doesn't affect, I'm pretty sure, the season. I think I'll end third nonetheless. So I'll give it my best shot. However it goes, it's how it's meant to be. So we'll give it the best shot we can. I know she's, like I mentioned, the best player in this tournament.
Is it quite exciting though to because going into the competition you're a front runner, but to know that the competition is heating up and we're starting to see other players try to match your level, is that quite exciting?
I don't think they want to match my level this year, to be honest. I'm not the greatest, but I think they're going to be wanting to match Olivia's. But in that game, I think it will be an end-to-end game. I think that's what you guys could probably enjoy to watch. I don't know if it's on the broadcast, that one, but yeah, I'm sure if we can get a highlight on that one, I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Lisa Manny, of course it's going to be on the broadcast. We can't wait. It's going to really wrap things up just in an epic fashion tonight. Thank you so much for talking to us. Get well soon. I want to see you match fit and ready on November the 9th. So we'll see you at Sky Studios. Thank you so much. It's so exciting to get to talk to players like Lisa because everyone who's competing this weekend really looks up to her. She is the E-Lioness. Now, I don't know if we're able to see a leaderboard update because it would definitely be interesting to see what Lisa was talking about. She's pretty sure that she is not going to be in the top two, and that number 1 and 2 seed going into those finals will guarantee themselves a spot in the second round and top 4. But actually, she's currently top of the table. The 5 wins comes before her bye, so she automatically gets a 6th win because apologies everyone, just to clarify, that does include her bye. I can't do the maths because if I'd looked to the right of the win, it just say lost 1. So she's actually looking pretty good going into that final match against Olivia. However, obviously Olivia, she has got everything to play for as well. So keep your eyes peeled for our 7th and final game of the day because it's going to be an absolute banger. We're also going to have a really interesting match coming up next because we are going to see MZ versus Gwen, and this is a must-win for both of these two players because you can see they're sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard. Whoever loses this potentially might not make it to the finals in November, so we're going to see a very even matchup. MZ, if you're not familiar with her, she was the gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games a couple of years ago in 2022. Meanwhile, Gwen LDN, she's more known as a content creator, not just in EAFC, but multiple different video games and also lifestyle as well. So it'll be really interesting to see who feels the most confident as we go into this one. Now, we are powered by Sky Broadband this weekend. Game like a pro with Sky Full Fibre Broadband. Ladies, over to you.
Thank you very much. I mean, I can't believe how much the tables turned after that last round. I mean, MZ's managed to climb up to 5th. Lisa's currently 1st because of the bye, but I feel like it's just completely switched again.
Yeah, it's great. It just heats things up completely, doesn't it? It gives everyone just a bit more to play for. Who's your money on?
I still feel like it's Olivia. I feel like Olivia's just impressed me so much today. She's just been incredible. I mean, we have Nunu and MZ coming up next, and they're currently 5th and 6th in the table. So pretty much, both of them are going to try and get that win to make sure they can secure their top 6 spot because Gwen's not out of it yet.
No, she's absolutely not. And, we've still got 2 games to go. So Nunu and MZ are going to be fighting tooth and nail. It could actually prove to be a really entertaining match.
Yeah, and MZ was 7th. She was out of it on the previous round, and she's managed to climb up to 5th. So I feel like MZ's now got that confidence back in her, thinking, I'm 5th. I thought I was out. I'm still in it now. Let's see what I can do here.
And that's what the game's all about, isn't it? Predict the unpredictable. The game's turned on its head. You thought you were out of it, and suddenly you're back in.
Yeah, and Nunu has been playing really well, so I was very surprised to see her in 6th place, but that's just going to give Nunu that fire again to play well because she's a really, really good player. We've been saying, we're so impressed by her.
Absolutely. I think when you're in the middle of the table, the margins are so fine. So if you have a bad game like she's just had with Lisa, it gets flipped on its head. But if she has a good game, suddenly she's got 3 more points and she's at the top end, of the table again. So yeah, it just depends. And that's why these games are so entertaining because each game, anything can change.
Definitely. And we also have 2 other games going on at the same time. We've got JD versus Olivia, and we've got Heather versus Gwen. And I think those are 2 potentially going to be high-scoring games because both Olivia and Heather, are individually going to try and get as many goals as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Heather's going to be going for it now, seeing that she's currently 3rd in the standing. She's going to be trying to go for it because I know she wants to finish top 2 or even number 1. She wants number 1 spot. Then Olivia, being Olivia, she's going to go for it as well. So those games are going to be good ones to watch. And here we go. MZ versus Nunu. Who's going to come out on top, Alia?
I feel like just based on today's form, it's going to be Nunu because she's held herself up so well against the pro players as a grassroots player. We've got Nunu in the blue, MZ in the black, and very quickly there, Nunu's already trying to get that first goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw from Emzi's previous game that she's sort of mastered her defending a little bit. She's gotten a bit better there. And as we can see, perfect interception. She's still got possession, just lost it now. But, Nunu could have threatened a goal there. So she defended really well and got the ball away.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very end-to-end match. And I think the most important thing here for both of these women is going to be who can keep their head calm the most, because they know what's at stake. Nunu here potentially trying to get that first goal, but it's going to come down to mentality more than skill, I think.
Absolutely, definitely mentality. Don't let the pressure get to you. Who's going to buckle under the pressure? Who's going to make mistakes? We saw Nunu make a mistake in her last game with Lisa, and she got a red card for it. So I think hopefully she should have learned from that and maybe not make any moves out of desperation. But it's definitely going to be end to end, like you say, and it's going to be who's the first one to make a mistake, really.
Yeah, and this is where MZ is going to have. Just very quickly, Nunu does try to go for goal, well safe, but this is where MZ is going to have a slight upper hand because she has competed on major stages, like we've mentioned, gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games. So she will have that mentality down, but at the same time, Nunu's been so good today.
Absolutely. I think it's about endurance as well. If you're used to competing and you're used to going, for long periods of time, it does give you a competitive edge. Whereas Nunu might not be used to enduring game after game after game after game. So you might see her tire a little bit. Who knows? I mean, I'm excited to see how the match turns out.
Yeah, and I feel like with a game like FC, it's a minimum of 15 minutes long without all the additional time. And the more you play in a row, it does get quite mentally draining. So, that is where MZ is going to have that upper hand, like you said, because of the high pressure environment she's been in competing. But I feel like Nunu's, so far, she's held herself really well. And I think at the minute she has been controlling this game.
Absolutely. She had a couple of chances. MZ's just been defending well, really, really well. Again, you've just seen that Nunu managed to keep possession there. But, she just made a breakthrough. 1-0. Lovely goal there. She found the little opening, took it, put the ball in the back of the net. 1-0.
1-0 to Nunu very early on. And I will say, when I played against MZ in the Commonwealth Games a couple years ago, MZ's a very, very good defender. I feel like the high score lines hasn't been a result of her defending. I think it's that she's just come up against the pro players. Nunu here trying to make it 2. But I think it shows how well MZ can actually defend.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that as well. And I think her defending has actually gotten better as the tournament's gone on today. She's a lot more confident and comfortable defending, and she's not scared to get bodies in the box anymore, so that's really, really good. And we've seen Nunu having to get creative in her past games. If she is up against a lot of bodies in the box, she can do that. We've seen she has that ability to learn how to do that. She is coming from the wing now. She's trying to find a way in. She's trying to cut through. So yeah, I mean, it could be anyone's game. Nunu is currently leading. She has that cushion, but MZ could easily score one now.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 25 minutes. There's still so much time left in the game for MZ to score, potentially equalize or even win. And she is starting to try different things now as well. She's noticed that going down the middle isn't really going to work for her. But it does look like Nunu has potentially switched to a much lower defense line. I feel like she is playing a lot more defensively now.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important for Nunu not to concede, and she's probably got that in the back of her mind. Yes, obviously you have to attack and high press and put the pressure on, but I think she's obviously very conscious, not to concede and be super defensive when needed.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that's a tactical change, and that's the smart side of her that we've seen throughout this tournament so far. She just is able to analyze and adapt and decide what is the best thing to do pretty quickly.
Yeah, which is so much easier said than done. It's a real skill to have, to be able to read the game and read your opponent and predict their next move almost. It's such a great skill to have. So well done from Nunu.
Yeah, and that's what makes the difference between the pro players and the casual players. If you watch the top flight of FC Pro, they have all those little things like the analytical side that makes the difference. Nunu here trying to get that second goal. Tries to go on that first touch, doesn't do it. Foden again, but unfortunately just white there.
Yeah, Foden had a poor first touch there, otherwise that could have been a good chance for him to just whack it in the back of the net.
Definitely. I mean, she does have another opportunity here with this corner. Very well played, trying to keep possession of that ball, tries to through ball it, but unfortunately defended well by MZ. She's now on the counter attack. Can she make something from this play? I mean, she needs to try and get a goal back here before half time. Amazing through ball. Is she she going to score? Unfortunately not. Is this going to go wide? Oh, I think she panicked there a little bit. I think if she had taken an extra second on that first attempt, done a ball roll, she would have cleared the keeper. And
I could actually see in her gameplay on the lead up, I feel like she was overthinking it. There was a slight hesitation in each of her passes when it should have just been pop, 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 go. There was a slight hesitation in each single pass. So I feel like she was just overthinking it there. She let the pressure get to her. But now Nunu with a chance, and it's in!
I mean, that's just her capitalizing on the situation. MZ would have been a little bit gutted there to not score, especially missing an open goal. Nunu saw that, she's counter-attack, and she managed to score that goal. 2-0 before half-time is a very, very good score.
Yeah, really, really good, and exactly what she needs to do. Exactly what she needs to do, just to make her way back up that leaderboard a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, MZ might have a chance here just before half-time. Tried to play that corner in and capitalize on the headers that are so powerful right now. Another cross attempt, well defended by Nunu. Can Nunu get a third goal here just before half-time on the counter-attack? Unfortunately, played that one a little too quickly, and MZ's defended that well.
Yeah, defended that well. Hopefully she can get the ball back up the other end and see if she can nick a goal just before half-time, but I don't know if it's going to be possible.
No, I mean, I think Nunu's feeling really confident right now. I feel like at the start of the game it was quite even, but I think after Nunu got that first goal, I think MZ started panicking a little bit because she knows what's at stake. But I think if she calms down, she can potentially get a draw, even a win.
I think she's definitely feeling the pressure because she knows that leadership table will be changing hands as well. But it's important not to let the pressure get to her. I said to you in the commentary, you could see in her gameplay she was overthinking her passes. She could see there was a potential for an open goal, and it didn't come off for her, unfortunately. So it's important just to try and follow your natural instincts there, because I'm sure she has it. She has the talent.
Yeah, and I've experienced that personally as well. So when you start getting in your own head, you just overthink every little thing, and MZ has it in her skill set to have just done one skill move there and she would have got the goal. But that's what happens when mentally you're just starting to panic and you lose it. So I hope she uses this 30-ish second break wisely.
Yeah, I think Nunu's currently winning the mental game and the game itself at the moment. But it's only two goals?
Yeah,
only 2 goals. MZ is absolutely not out of it. She's defending really, really well as well. She has let 2 goals in, but she has that ability to defend really, really well. So it's just about when she gets possession to make the most of it. These half chances she really needs to try and convert.
Definitely. I think she really needs to calm down. I feel you can see in her game, like you mentioned earlier, she is panicking and she's also pulling players out of position, which is giving Nunu the gaps to play through and just go at attempts at goal. I mean, this is a really good over-the-top ball by MZ. Nearly got one back there, but she has it. But I just feel like this could go either way still. I know Nunu's 2-0 up, but I feel like MZ's actually playing a lot calmer now a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's important for Nunu not to drop the ball, because if she does, I have a feeling MZ will very much capitalise on it, because she is playing better, and we've seen that throughout the tournament. She's gotten a lot more confident. So I think Nunu's probably aware of that as well, just to stay focused and not drop that ball.
Yeah, and I think MZ knows that she has to go all out now. There's 45 minutes left. She'll have one more game after this. She has to do as well she can. A great attempt there from outside of the box, but that's what we need to see more of from MZ, I think. Just take more chances instead of trying to go in the box and one-on-one the keeper.
Yeah, take more chances, be more creative, and that comes from confidence, doesn't it? When you're a bit more confident in your game, in your opponent, you can take those chances and make those moves. So we can maybe see her confidence growing here slightly.
Yeah, I think she just needs to calm down when she's in and around the box, because I think her lead-up play has been really good, but she is just making those panicky mistakes of passing to potentially the wrong player, so to speak. But Nunu, I think, she's playing so calm. She's letting MZ attack. She's just letting her do her thing because she has that confidence that I'm going to get the ball back and I'll give it a go then.
Yeah, she's very assured, I think, Nunu, especially in her gameplay. She knows her skill set. She's quite happy for MZ to have possession because she knows she'll get it back, or she'll know she'll defend the ball. Lovely interception there as well. So, yeah, they're both playing a lot better, I would say, in this half.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is where we see why the halftime breaks are so important, because even something as little as 30 seconds, you put your controller down, you take a breather, maybe say something positive to yourself, and then you go in and you take the second half like it's a different game.
Yeah, you just mentally reset, don't you? And that's so important when it's, high stakes, high pressure, just to have a moment just to reset your brain and then go again.
And it's important as well to remember that this is a very high pressure situation. When you're competing by yourself, in your room at home, it can be very easy to just get in your own head, because a lot of these gamers, they won't have much fresh air. Window probably isn't going to be open. I mean, when the UK, it's already dark and it's not even 7 p.m.
Lovely
yet.
British weather.
Yeah, but it's so hard competing in your own room. You just get in your head a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that also sort of moves over to the LAN event that we've got coming up in November. That's going to be difficult as well, especially for those who haven't done a live event before. Going from your room to a live event with an audience, with cameras, with crew. And that's where we might see some of these grassroots players buckle a little bit under pressure.
Yeah, I think it makes so much of a difference, because a lot of these grassroots players are streamers and content creators, but it's so different only having one camera on yourself versus being on a live stage with multiple people behind the camera, potentially being able to hear the commentary from the casters as well. It's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, definitely. It's the next level, isn't it? And that's what it takes to be a pro. Oh, a chance here from MC. I thought it was going in, Alia. Oh.
I mean, that's what we've been needing to see. She's taking a lot more chances now, and I feel like she's always had it in her to just attack and attack, but I feel like she needed a little bit of a wake-up call with Nunu going 2-0 up.
Yeah, I think it's also, like I say, a confidence thing as well. She's had a bit of a wake-up call. She's 2-0 down currently, but she knows she's playing well. She's defending well. She's getting the bodies in the box. It's just a matter of being a bit creative now. She's playing against a player who has an answer to every kind of move she makes. So taking those slightly longer balls and, making those creative moves, that's what she needs to start doing.
Yeah, and I think that's where the experience comes in as well. I think it's very apparent from Nunu's gameplay that she has the ability to switch up as she needs to be, whereas MZ seems to be struggling a little bit more than that, but that's what she can learn from this game, is learn how Nunu plays. Potentially a third goal here for Nunu. 3-0 from Phil Foden again. I mean, what a result from Nunu, but she hasn't had many attacking chances this second half. She's just playing calm and taking them as they come.
Yeah, exactly. She's completely changed her gameplay from, nice save there, completely changed her gameplay from her first couple of games. Oh, great chance there. Unfortunately, it didn't go in. But yeah, this is what we were talking about with Nunu and her adaptability. She realises she doesn't need to be high pressing and aggressive, because she's very much under control, even under control when MZ has possession. And that's the intelligence of the player. So she's completely adapted her style. When a chance does come, believe me, she will take it, but she's not going to be super high pressing because she doesn't need to be.
No, and that's as well the ability to trust yourself, that no matter what, even if MZ attacks or whoever her opponent is, Nunu knows that she can defend it. She doesn't have to worry about her opponent's attacking, and she knows that if she doesn't have much possession, the times that she does have the ball, she'll make the most of it, and it's been so apparent and visible every single time we've watched her play.
Yeah, and like you said, that's where confidence comes in. She's had a really good tournament so far, so she's clearly very confident, and confidence drives results. You can see that.
Yeah, definitely. Just very quickly in the box here, really good skill moves. Is she going to make it 4?
Lovely.
She does again with Cole Palmer.
Our boy
Cole Palmer.
Our boy Cole Palmer.
Chelsea fan here, but I mean, I feel like maybe Nunu now is just thought, let me go all out, and we don't know. It might be MZ mentally. Sometimes subconsciously, you don't even realize that you're giving up.
Yeah,
but I feel like that's subconsciously what's happened with MZ here, because she scored 2 goals.
I think that goal in particular, MZ didn't really try to do much in terms of her defence, whereas before it was very much defensive. So I think I was about to say, you took the words out of my mouth. It just looked like she mentally just gave up there.
Yeah, and I think she is still trying to score, which is good, But I feel like she has played so much better in the second half that conceding 2 goals is quite unfortunate, and it is just that mentality slipping up a little bit.
Yeah, it's not easy on the mental game to concede 2 goals so close together, and it's really hard to keep yourself in the game. You're battling against an opponent, but you're also battling against your own your own self, essentially. That little voice in your head, you're battling against that. She's doing really well today in the game. She's still attacking, she's still taking those chances. So hats off to her for still trying.
Definitely, and Nunes is going to try and get one more goal here to make it 5, because goal difference has been so important today. Just 30 seconds left on the clock. Is she going to be able to score another one here to add to the tally? Pass in through. Unfortunately, she loses the ball. She gains it back so quick though. Cole Palmer. Foden, is he going to score? Very good defending from MZ, and that game finishes 4-0 to Nunu.
Great game. Great game. Nunu did exactly what she needed to do. She came in, she won the game by 4, which she needed for the goal difference as well, and now she's just made her position in the leadership table just a little bit more comfortable.
And I feel like as the games have gone on, the more MZ has played, the more confident she's gotten as well, and it's like we said earlier in the broadcast, she hasn't really competed much over the last year, so I feel like she was going to take some time to warm up, but if she makes it to the live final, she's going to have a little bit more experience behind her now.
Absolutely. These games just breed experience, and you, like I say earlier, you pick up all these little tidbits from other players. You're learning constantly as you go. So, if she does make it to the live final, she'll be much more of a player than she was today, because you're constantly learning.
For sure. I mean, we've had 6 rounds out of 7 so far. 1 more to go. Frankie, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling anticipation, because our final round of the day is going to see Lisa Manley versus Olivia. But before we get to that one, we've got to talk about what's happened in round 6. So as you just saw, 4-0 Nunu versus MC. Nunu's pretty much guaranteed herself a spot on stage at Sky Studios on November 9th, whereas MZ will be looking probably slightly panicked at the goals that have been conceded or scored by Gwen. And I can update you on the situation currently as it stands between Foot Header and Gwen. It was 10-0 last time we checked that scoreline. Meanwhile, for Olivia, she was up 8-0 versus JD. So we've got 2 very one-sided matches being played out right now, and it's really going to be interesting to take a look at the leaderboard once it can be updated. Now, Nina Jade and Alia.
Hello, my darling.
Hello.
Have you missed us?
I have missed you. Well, I haven't had to miss you because I've been listening to your glorious voices. Did you miss me?
Well, we've missed you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. To be honest, I don't think you have, because you've been very, very busy commentating the action. And it's been great to see the maturity and the performance from the likes of Nunu today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so impressed by the grassroots players today. I think I had so much belief that the pro players were going to sail through it today, top the leaderboards, but the grassroots players, especially Nunu, I'm so impressed by her, and I hope she starts streaming and making content, because she's really, really good.
Yeah, we were just expecting her to be aggressive and direct the entire day, but she's really shown some flexibility.
Yeah, she's really shown her intelligence in her gameplay. She's able to adapt and pick up on her opponent's techniques and think one step ahead of her opponents, not even of her own self. Her gameplay is really, really good. It's that of a pro. Like, she could really go far.
It's really interesting to see as well. This is a player who's most known for her content creation. She started playing FC because her brother encouraged her to play it. She just wanted to be like a big bro.
Well, hats off to her brother. Yeah, great idea from him.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll turn up at Sky Studios to support her in person, because, I mean, just imagine just taking the chance. You've invited to a tournament like this as a content creator, and suddenly you're in contention for a shot at the top.
Yeah, I think, the story of the brother is really heartwarming, because the same thing happened to me, and I feel like a lot of the women that now play FC, a lot of it comes from watching their brothers play, and it's so nice to see that the brothers managed to encourage the sisters to do it, and now we're having more and more women play FC, and I'm hoping this tournament will inspire even more women to come forward and play.
Yeah, definitely, especially those who do not have brothers to inspire them. Hopefully they're watching the likes of you, they're watching the likes of Lisa, Hedda, now Olivia playing on this broadcast, and they're thinking, I can do that too. Let's take a look, though, at the results from round number 6, our penultimate round. Olivia 10-0 versus JD. Lisa Manley, she sat this one out. That was her bye round, so she automatically gets a win. 10-0 for Heather versus Gwen, and then Nunu 4-0 versus MC. Very aware Nunu was that she needs to get as many goals as possible, but she also did not want to concede them because this could all come down to goal difference at the end of the day. It is looking, though, guys, like we know who our number 1 and number 2 seeds are going to be, Olivia and Foot Header. Alia, as someone who has been competing on the scene for a while, is Olivia someone you were aware of?
No, that's why I was so surprised when Lisa said in her interview that she feels like Olivia's the top UK player, but it must just be they've known each other from previous tournaments that they've taken part in. But I personally had no idea who Olivia was, so I'm so surprised, and I'm so glad that we've now been exposed to her incredible talent.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a bit of an enigma to us. We had no idea. And like I say, with Sky Broadband and Guild, without this initiative, we wouldn't be exposed to Olivia. And that's why it's so important. It's pioneering. It's allowing women to compete at such a high level on a world stage. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think Olivia could really go the distance. And as I mentioned earlier, I'd love to see her competing in even more tournaments, whether they are women's tournaments like this one or the general FC Pro tournaments. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, though, and just see where we're looking at in terms of the points. So Olivia, actually only 1 goal difference between her and Heather. So this is going to be a really interesting final round. Lisa in 3rd. And then if we look at the bottom there, Emzy and Gwen, this final match is going to be really important for the two of them, Alia.
Yeah, I mean, I love that the top of the table and the bottom of the table is still undecided as we go into the final round. Heather does have a bye for the next round, I believe, so her goal difference is going to go up to 34. But Olivia is going to face Lisa Manley next, so she has to beat Lisa by at least 3 goals to make sure she finishes the top. But even at the bottom of the table between Emzy and Gwen, if Gwen can take a win, she has a very, very good chance. Like, I just love that it's completely undecided at the minute.
What's exciting, though, as well, as Lisa mentioned in her interview earlier, she's only playing at 30% right now. She's playing in a dressing gown. She's been under the weather for a while. So if she is playing at 100% in November, that's going to be such an exciting final.
Scary, isn't it? Really, really scary what she's capable of. 30%, and she's still top 3 in the table, and she's played brilliantly today. So that almost sends a message. I think that was tactical. Send a message to the rest of the field just saying, I'm only at 30%. So if I'm at 100% by the final, just watch.
I hope they clip that, actually, and put that on the internet as a warning to all the other competitors we'll see at Sky Studios. I do wonder with Lisa versus Olivia, though, if Lisa's already feeling on the back foot and if that's going to get to her, because normally nothing gets Lisa down.
No, I mean, I feel like with Lisa, she has done it in the past before, where if she knows she's not going to get into that top 2 spot, she just completely sits back if she doesn't try as hard. So I wouldn't be surprised if she sort of just relaxes a little bit and lets Olivia just run with it. So it'll depend what Lisa's feeling, but I think we're not going to see much attacking from her for this final game.
It's a good way to test the waters as well for November, because if Lisa's not used to playing Olivia, this is a really good way to feel out how it is to be in a server with her.
Absolutely. It's a great, showing of what November could bring, but lest we forget, Lisa's only on 30%. So whatever we see today won't be reflective of the 9th of November, the finals, if, Lisa makes it and if she is at 100%.
Yeah. I don't think she's going to let us down. I don't think she's just going to let Olivia get this win easy. I think she's going to give all she got. All she's got.
No, I mean, I think it's interesting. I was saying, I think Olivia's the most technical skilled player I've seen out of all the women. I'm so surprised that we've never heard of her before, but I think she will have a slight upper hand on Lisa because Lisa is skillful, but Olivia, she matches the top men's players in terms of her skill level. So I think it'll be a good test for Lisa, but I feel like Olivia is gonna really push Lisa for this final game.
And some of those skill moves she's been pulling off today, some of the top men's players, they don't try those when they're on land. They definitely feel the pressure, and sometimes they're just going to play what they feel works for them, as opposed to going, okay, this is going to give me more an advantage of goal, because they're so desperate not to lose possession. So that's one of the other things that's really exciting about Olivia. She's not letting anything hold her back from just giving her all. I mean, I'm not used to seeing little lob passes in pro play because it's just such a risky manoeuvre, but she's going for it.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of being a grassroots player and an underdog, is you don't have anything to lose, so you just try whatever. Whereas we've seen Lisa and Heather be a lot more conservative and a lot more tactical with the way they're playing, which is why I think Olivia, if she goes through to this live finals, she's gonna be the one to fear out of all the other women.
Any other surprises for you today? Obviously, we've got a really interesting top three here, but we've also seen Nunu and JD really impress us as well. Do you think come November they are going to be potentially getting more hours under their belt, enough to build confidence and challenge our top three?
I think so. I think competing in a tournament like today as well just gives them the motivation to do so. If they all get through to the live final event, they're going to think, wow, I really need to step up my game, and they're going to be putting the hours in, so then when they go to the live event, they can perform. And we were saying on the commentary, the LAN event is a different ball game. You're not at home in your home comforts. There's cameras, there's people, there's crews, there's mics, there's all these things that could throw you off. So it's really important for you to do the basics, master the game, master your game, and then come prepared.
Ali, what do you think JD and Nunu can do to prepare themselves for that pressure?
I think they just need to play the game as much as possible to give themselves the confidence. I don't think they're going to learn a lot of the different skill moves and player locks and stuff like that within 2 weeks. So I think they just need the confidence because, like, you said, the biggest issue is going to be the LAN event with the cameras and the lights and the mics and everything. So I feel all they need to do is just play the game, give themselves the confidence, trust their own game so that they'll go into the live finals with a clear mind.
Well, if you're looking to find out what's going to happen in those live finals, here is a format explainer for you so you know how it's going to go down. As the Sky Broadband Football E-Series gets underway, 7 players compete for a spot at the live grand finals. Competing remotely, players will go head-to-head in a 7-game round-robin Ultimate Team playoff. Games are scored across one leg with 6-minute halves, 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of the 7 rounds, the top 6 players will progress to compete in person at the Sky Broadband Women's Esports Final. The live finals will be a 3-round single elimination bracket. Players progressing in first and second seed will immediately progress to the second round. Players who don't reach the grand finals will get one last shot at the third place playoff, preceding the final game of the day. The winner of the grand final will be crowned the Sky Broadband Football E-Series champion, earning themselves a Pro Guild contract, free Sky Broadband, and a share of £50,000 prize money. It's kickoff time for the Sky Broadband Football E-Series. If you are just tuning into the Sky Broadband Football E-Series, you have missed an incredible competition so far, but we've got one more round of action, and we're definitely wrapping things up with an absolute banger. We've got E-Lioness Lisa Manny versus the mysterious Olivia. Although Olivia is not a mystery anymore, she is a technically skilled behemoth of this game. We're definitely going to see the two of these players performing at Sky Studios on November 9th in the live LAN finals. They'll be competing for the top prize of £6,500, free Sky Broadband, and, of course, an all-important pro contract with Guild Esports. Now, we are powered by Sky Broadband, and it's never been easier to switch to Sky Broadband. It's now the UK's only major 24/7 switching support service. So if you're interested in signing up to Sky Broadband, there's no time like the present. However, there's no time like the present to wrap up the competition here at Guild Esports HQ. So let's head over to our commentators.
Welcome back to the commentary desk for the final time. Today, we've got round 7. I mean, what a day it's been.
It's gone really quick. I think this is because there's so much going on and there's so much goals and intensity. And, we have our bet as well. How many goals?
Oh, we need a tally.
We need a tally. We're going to come back and do that, and because we need to see who's won.
Yeah, well, because I said 78. And then you said 40-something, and then I gave you another guess.
Yeah, and then I said 81.
81.
Yeah, I said 49 initially.
Yeah, so producers, if you could very kindly please have
tally
a tally
up the
for
goals,
us, so we
please.
know who wins by the end. But I feel like I wasn't expecting as many goals as there has been. I feel like, especially in the last round, Olivia won her game by 10, Heather won her game by 10, and the difference between first and second place now is just a 1 goal difference, and Heather has a bye in this round, which automatically gives her that 3-0 win. So Olivia up against Lisa now.
That's going to be
tough.
a brilliant, brilliant match. I mean, Lisa gave Olivia all of her accolades in the interview that we just did with her. So she's fully aware of her skill set and, you know, the skills that she possesses. But, you know, Lisa is no grouch. She's very, very good, and she is incredibly decorated as a pro gamer. So it's like 2 head honchos going against each other.
Yeah, it would be so interesting to see because, like you said, Lisa was really uplifting and praising Olivia so much. We've never really heard of her, but Lisa obviously has, and I feel like Lisa knows going into this, Olivia's a really, really good player, and they might have matched up a few years ago, and this is their first matchup in years. So I just love how humble Lisa is as well. She's so decorated, like you said. She's an E-Lioness. She was the first woman to play in E-Premier League, but yet she's still saying Olivia's the best in the UK right now.
Yeah, complete humility, which is also just makes her so much more likeable as well. She's a lovely player. It's all to play for. I'm very excited. Let's go.
We are watching Lisa versus Olivia. Lisa is in the pink. Olivia is in the black, but like we mentioned earlier, Olivia has to win this game by at least 3 goals to make sure that she tops the table as the number 1 seed. Now, we've just been given the current total amount of goals. We want you guys in the chat to guess what that number is. We'll say it in a few seconds. We'll give it like, 5 seconds?
I think we should wait till after this.
Okay, we'll wait till after this, but have a guess in the chat how many total goals there's been so far, and we'll see at the end which one of you was the closest.
Yeah, but no cheating. Don't go adding it up.
No, but what we will say is we got handed the note and we looked at it and our jaws dropped.
Yeah, both of our draws hit the floor.
Definitely. Well, we have Lisa here on the attack trying to get the opening goal of the game. She tries in a Trivella from outside of the box. Unfortunately, it does go wide, but I feel like this is Lisa's last game. It's also Olivia's last game. Lisa's nothing to play for, really. She knows she's third. She's admitted that I'm not going to finish top 2. Olivia has everything to play for, but it'll be interesting to see whether Olivia's more risky this game.
Yeah, I feel like when you're on the last stretch of something, that could be anything, you get a surge of energy. We know Lisa's not feeling very well, she's a bit poorly, but you do get a surge of energy out of nowhere when you know that you're nearly at the finish line. So I think I can even see that from her gameplay. She's playing quite fast, so she might just have a bit of energy just to get through this, to try and, you know, give an answer to Olivia's brilliant gameplay and see what she can do.
I mean, even if she finishes third, she wants to end on that high, finish off with a win, go into the live finals on a good streak, which is why we're seeing her just consistently attack. Like, it's like we said, she's not playing as calm as she normally does. I think now she's just trying whatever and then just testing the waters, see what she can do in game. And then hopefully she'll show it in the live finals.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, her place is technically secured in the live finals now. It's just a matter of where she finishes on the leaderboard. And you want to go out on a high. You want to enter the live finals knowing you won your last match that you played. It's a mental game, as we've said. It just boosts your confidence.
For sure. I mean, we just seen Olivia here with a little bit of a speed boost to try and get through Lisa's defenders. But Lisa does have quite a tight backline. I think she is trying as hard as she can to not allow Olivia to get those 3 goals that she needs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen Olivia play. If she gets 1, she'll get 2, 3 more. So I think Lisa's fully aware of that. That's why she's taking that really defensive backline there. She's privy to her skills.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Olivia's lowest scored game was against Heather, where they drew 2-2. So it'll be interesting to see if she does the same against Lisa here. She just tried a green time Trivella from outside of the box. But what we have just been told is that whoever wins this game will be second place. So it's
which
all
is
still
huge.
to play for.
Yeah, still to play for, which is amazing. So that means this is a really high stakes game, Arlia. We also have your goal guesses. Keep them coming in. We will read them all out later. Keep your goal guesses coming in. Some of you are quite close, so let's see.
We will give you a hint. It's
no
no
hints.
They can't see me anyway. I put my fingers up.
No hints at all.
Okay,
we're going
hints.
in blind.
Okay, make sure you get your guesses in. As many guesses as possible. Should we do 1 per person, or should we do as many as they want?
As many as they want. Bring them in. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, definitely. But what's interesting is not only is that whoever wins this game will finish second place, it's also that if Olivia manages to get that goal difference, she will finish in first place. So this is a very high stake game. I mean, we went into this thinking Lisa's already in third place, but it's all to play for both of them, and this is what we love. It comes down to the final game to decide who gets that top 2 spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say it's quite evenly matched at the moment. I think Lisa was kind of maybe talking down on herself a little bit, talking about, Olivia's, her skill set and how great she is. And obviously Lisa's only at 30% right now. But, Olivia's not running away with it. Lisa's not running away with it. It's very much even Stevens.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like I love Lisa. Hold on, we have a potential goal chance here. Is she going to make it 1-0?
Oh,
so close.
Couldn't convert that one.
I mean, I love Lisa. She's one of my good mates in the scene. But I feel like Olivia, I'd be really gutted for her if she ends at third place.
Ooh.
Is she going to tap it? She does.
Oh,
Green
goodness
time from
me.
Olivia. 1-0. If she can make it 3, she will finish first. But so far, it seems like Olivia is getting that top 2 spot. But I feel like, personally, Olivia deserves a top 2 spot. She's just been unbelievable today.
Yeah, and as we say, whoever wins this game will be in second place. So it's still very much all to play for. And they're both deserving. They've both had a really, really good tournament. Olivia, like we say, was very much the underdog. She knocked us off our seats. She provided great entertainment. So hats off to her. And that's what we love to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited to watch Olivia play in the live finals and how she handles that high pressure environment of being at a live event. But it's like we said, Lisa's on 30%. If this is Lisa at 30%, I'm terrified of what she's going to be if she can get to 100% for the live finals. Lisa there just trying to get through on goal, but unfortunately it's called offside. Just under 5 minutes to go before halftime. Can Olivia get another goal? Really good play there with the one toucher. She's outside of the box. Is she going to go for it? Little speed boost. Is she going to make it 2?
Oh,
she does.
Just
Kenny
before
Dalglish.
halftime.
I'm telling you, the goals you score just before halftime are the most painful because they set the tone, I feel like, for the rest of the game. But if Olivia can get at least 1 or 2 more goals and keep Lisa at 0, she finishes not only in top 2, but she will finish with that first place, we believe. So let's see how it goes. Can she get another third goal before halftime? Really good over the top ball there. She's done that first time flicks quite a lot. Is she going to green time Trivella? She does. So close.
Nice save there from Lisa, and also really important because you don't want to let her get 3 goals before half-time. You don't want to let your opponent run away with it, and we're not even at half-time yet. So that was a really important save from Lisa. We've talked about Lisa only being on 30%. That's a really low number. So when she's at 100%, gosh, dangerous. And you know what? JD actually said Lisa's one of, like, in her opinion, the best pro player, and she called her relentless and scary. So she obviously knows what Lisa can do when Lisa's at 100%.
I mean, I think that game as well was so evenly matched until about the 40th minute, and then Olivia's just out of nowhere scored 2 goals, and that's how quick the game can change. But I feel like every time it's half time, something just tends to happen in every single game that we've watched, and it'll be interesting to see if Olivia can score 1 or 2 more goals and really beat Heather out on that goal difference, because Heather's had a bye. She's automatically won 3-0.
Yeah, and here we go. I really want Lisa to get back in this game if possible, just to make it more intense for us as well. Selfishly, I want her back in the game so it's a bit more of an intense game, but they're both playing really, really well. Maybe Lisa's getting a little bit tired towards the end of that first half. It just looked like she was less on it. So the half-time break, 30 seconds might have just helped her reset a little bit, and hopefully she can perk back up.
Hopefully. I mean, I just love how much Olivia is doing that player lock, because it is a difficult skill to learn. It's what you tend to see at the top level of the pro scene, and you don't really see it at, the casual level. But Olivia here trying to get that third goal. So I just want to know where Olivia's been this whole time, because I'm so impressed that a grassroots player has such a high skill level.
She showed up and she showed out earlier. She came here, she wanted to prove a point, and my goodness did she do that. Like I said, she's knocked us off our seats.
Yeah.
We are bowing down to Olivia for what she's achieved today, and she's done it with such class as well. So she should be very proud of herself. And I can't wait to meet her at the LAN event.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I mean, getting to watch her live, I think, will be even more impressive. She is through on goal here. Can she make it 3? Lisa, very, very well defended. But I just feel like Lisa's starting to panic a little bit. We've seen little glimpses of it here and there, but Olivia, I think she knows she's controlling this game.
Yeah, we've seen it in the previous games of Lisa's. She's just starting to get into a little bit of overthinking mode. Her gameplay's not as smooth and, you know, collected as we're used to seeing. So you can see that now. She's just a bit jittery. You know, Olivia has possession. So, yeah, I think she might be getting a bit tired. And also, like we say, it is a mental game. You know, it's mentally draining game after game after game, especially if you're poorly and you're not well.
Yeah, and I think even if Lisa doesn't take the win here, I feel like there is a lesson to be learned. Just very quickly, Olivia, is she going to make it 3 here? Very calm and controlled in the box, not giving Lisa a chance. Is she going to shoot from outside of the box? No, she doesn't. She finds a gap through. Is Douglas going to make it 3 for her? Very well defended from Lisa. But I feel like, you know, it's like we were saying, even if Lisa doesn't take the win today, she said she's only played Olivia once or twice over the last few years. And Lisa's been a pro player for quite a long time. So I feel like this for Lisa, more than just a win, should be a learning experience to learn Olivia's game and also figure out what she needs to improve on in the next couple of weeks, so she can show up at the live finals and be better prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We've got your goal guesses coming in. Keep them coming, guys. We've seen some close ones to the actual amount as well, so keep them coming. We've got some funny guesses as well, so keep them coming in, guys, and we will read them all out once this game is over.
I mean, I really want to see who can get it the closest.
Yeah.
That would be really, really interesting to see.
Or who can nail it.
Yeah,
who can get the exact number.
Because at the minute, we know what the number is, but we've got 3 games currently going on, so that number is going to change. So some of the guesses we've seen so far could potentially nail it on the head.
Yeah, exactly. Very much so. So let's see.
Olivia here through on goal with Hansen, tries to pass it through, but unfortunately blocked by Lisa. Just under 20 minutes left to go. Can Olivia get the 3rd goal that she needs, and can Lisa potentially score at least 2 or 3 to secure that 2nd place? I feel like Lisa's really pushing now. I feel like she's just going for it. She's not doing that calm, patient Lisa that we're used to, but she knows she has to win this to get that top 2 spot.
Yeah, I think she had a bit of a lapse in that game, I would say, in terms of she didn't, you know, concede any goals in that little section that we watched. But she just looks a little bit tired, but she's defending well. She's not on the attack, she's not pressing, but she's defending well, and that's the main thing. So as long as she keeps that up and doesn't concede any more goals, then any chance that she does get, we know when she gets a chance, she can convert it. So it's just about keeping your head, doing what she's doing, and any chances that do come her way, it's important to try and convert that.
Yeah, and I do feel, though, with the way Olivia's currently playing, I do think she's going to get that 3rd goal.
Yeah.
But she needs to get that 3rd goal without Lisa scoring it, because she has to be 3 ahead. But I just feel like this is one of the most skilled games that we've seen so far today, and it's those fine margins that have given Olivia those 2 goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Fine margins. I mean, that's been the theme of the whole tournament, really. Fine margins. We've seen the leadership board change, the tops change, the bottoms change, the mid-table has changed. Fine margins, the goal difference. It's been a really, really great tournament. Super exciting stuff, and it just builds anticipation for the finale on the 9th of November.
Yeah, definitely. Another one of those over-the-top flicks by Olivia, and she makes it 3 with Rafael Liao now. If Olivia, can hold on to this 3-goal lead or score more goals, she will secure that number 1 spot based on goal difference. But what a tournament it's been. Another over-the-top ball that she attempts, still on 3-0. But wow, I mean, what a game it's been so far, hasn't it? It's
been a brilliant game. Goals aside, both of them have played really well. You know, Lisa's put up a good defence, you know, and Olivia's been on the attack, which is exactly what we thought she'd be doing. She's coming out strong, and that has been the theme of her entire tournament, actually. She's come out, she's pressing, she's attacking, and she's not scared to really go for it because she has the skill set to back her up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's what's the most impressive, is how calm Olivia has managed to stay no matter what. This was a very high pressure game. There was a lot at stake, from both sides, but not once have we seen her lose her head. Lisa here threw on goal, but that calmness from Olivia, making sure she gets possession back.
Yeah, exactly. It seems that Olivia has an answer to everything that Lisa throws at her at the moment. She just seems so confident. She has this quiet, classy confidence about her, does Olivia, and it shows in her game.
Yeah, it definitely does. Just under 2 minutes left to go here. Is Olivia going to go for goal, or is she just going to hold on to possession in the corner, which is what we tend to see a lot of players do when they need to secure the win? Does appear, though, she is going to try and get a 4th goal just under a minute to go. How is this game going to end? I can't even, I'm speechless. I can't speak. I'm so impressed. She nearly got her 4th goal there.
I thought she was going to get another goal there. She had a chance. Lisa defended it well.
It did look like it, but it does finish 3-0 to Olivia, which is exactly the score she needed to finish top of the table on 1+ goal difference over Heather.
I am so admired by her composure, her gameplay, her style, her class. She has had a brilliant tournament, Alia, and I am incredibly impressed. She's a bit of an enigma. We don't know who she is, and I cannot wait to meet her. But she's had a brilliant, brilliant tournament. So well done, Olivia.
I feel like every time she's needed to execute a certain thing, she's managed to do it. She knew she needed 3-0 going into this game. She got the 3-0 every single time. I'm so impressed by her. I think for me, I just love that Sky Broadband and Guild Esports have put on this tournament, because it just goes to show how much talent is out there, and how much more unknown talent there possibly is.
So much talent out there. And like I said earlier, this is a pipeline. Tournaments like these, initiatives like these in general, aimed specifically at women, are a pipeline for talent development and talent discovery. And it's absolutely amazing. So, some of your guesses for goals. We've had some guesses. 90 goals, not bad. 120 goals, not bad. Someone guessed 1,001 goals. Maybe if the tournament went on a little bit longer and we left Olivia just to run riot with it. We've got 102, 103, 170 goals. What we're going to do is get our production team to tally it all up for us, and then we're going to reveal the actual number.
Shall we say what we had before
yes,
round 7 started? Okay, so this is what Nina Jade didn't let me say earlier. But before round 7 started, there were 143 goals. We've seen 3 goals from the Olivia versus Lisa game, but we don't know how many goals there's been from Gwen versus Nunu and MZ versus JD. So we're going to give you one last chance to put your guesses in the chat below. And guess 143 plus how many more? And I'll be very interested to see, because I don't even know what the score is.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you for my life. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. I think we're a bit away from 1,001 though. I can probably say that for sure.
Yeah, 1,001 is a funny guess. We've just been told how many goals there've been, but shall we save that for when we're with Frankie? Give Frankie a guess as well.
We will give Frankie a chance to guess the number as well. We're going to throw it back to you, Frankie, and see you in just a sec.
Do I have to guess the number now? Okay, I'm going to guess 156 goals. Hopefully I got that right, because that means I've won something for the first time in my entire life, and I'm older than I look, let me tell you. So that about wraps things up in terms of our action today. 7 epic rounds of EAFC, and I can update you on the scores from our other matches. So you may be aware, for Heather, she sat out this final round, although we're hoping to get her on the line for Renata very soon. Nunu 4, Gwen 1, and JG 3, MZ 2. So with those results in mind, we can be pretty sure we know the 6 who will be going to Sky Studios in November, but you can see the results there. And it makes it official, really. Olivia is a superstar. Nina Jade.
Olivia is a superstar. Hats off to her. So she has a great tournament. She played with such class, such skill. She shocked me and Alia off of our seats. So hats off to Olivia.
Yeah, impressive. Do you want to take Olivia on, Alia?
No. I still get scared when I have to come up against Lisa or Heather. So if I have to come up against Olivia, I'm probably going to lose. 10-0 or something.
No, believe in yourself a bit more.
9-0.
I love it. Well, I mean, maybe we can make this happen in November. Get the two of you to have a game, one of Olivia's warm-up matches.
Like a little showcase match.
Yeah, why not?
Well, it'll be a little like a walkthrough of a warm-up match because I'll probably end up crying and not be able to commentate after because I'll just be so heartbroken and embarrassed.
You can tag me in.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we can play 2v1.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Frankie,
Co-op.
what was your guess?
My guess was 156, but I haven't heard if I was right yet.
Shall we reveal the number?
Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
Should we do a little drum roll?
Yeah, go on. The amount of goals scored in the tournament today were 156.
Okay, listen.
Sorry, did you cheat?
Do you have the producer tell you what it was?
No, I did maths. I literally wrote...
No, you cheated.
I don't know if I'm working out. Are you guys not impressed, though, with how quickly I did the maths?
No, absolutely not. I said specifically in commentary, do not calculate it. Just guess.
Well, I'm happy because it means I won something today. What did you guys win?
I won quite a few things, actually. I've had a really good day.
Yeah, you did predict Heather to beat Lisa.
Yeah, you did.
I did, and I predicted an underdog would come in and swoop in and shock us. So, yeah, it's been a good day for me.
You've had a great day.
You know what, Aaliyah, I'll give you the chance to win something. Predict for me who's going to be at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, Olivia. Obviously.
Don't do yourself down. Be like, it's really difficult, but I think it might be Olivia.
Sorry.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard, please.
I thought it was Heather. No, yeah, it's Heather.
Because
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because remember, she had her bye, so she automatically got 3 points.
But I thought her bye would get her on 34 points or 35 because she was on 32 when she.
I thought it was Heather. I just didn't want to correct you.
Oh, thank you for
That's
not
okay.
embarrassing me
Yes.
earlier.
That's okay.
very nice.
You
Okay,
can
I was wrong.
win something else. I just have to think about what it
I
is.
feel really left out now. I haven't won anything today.
Maybe you'll get the big win at the LAN event.
I've won the privilege and the pleasure of working with the two of you in this broadcast. That's what I've won
It's
today.
my pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with both of you. Why don't we, while we wait for Heather to get on the line, just have a chat about the action we've seen today. I mean, we said so much about Olivia, of course, but let's cast our minds back when we spoke to JD earlier, because this was her first competition. We haven't seen her featured on the broadcast for a while because we actually got to see her matches earlier on, her featured matches, I should say. She is someone who is really interesting to me because she was calling herself not even a good player before today's action, and I don't think she's going to be saying that after today.
I mean, I think JD is actually an actor and a writer who's working on her first feature film. So I think she was just acting to us and said, not very good. But I remember when I did my first competitive game as a creator, it is very nerve-wracking and you just automatically say, not very good, because you know who you're coming up against. But I feel like this tournament's proven to her she's actually a decent player, and I hope it's given her more confidence.
Yeah, and she's a Spurs fan as well. Chelsea girls.
Well, best of luck to her.
Good luck in life.
Good luck in life. I can only wish you luck in life.
Luck and love to all you Spurs fans out there. We have got Heather on the line now, so let's check in with her. First of all, I have to ask, Heather, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you had to sit out that last match. I don't know if you tuned in and saw any of the action in that last game between Lisa and Olivia.
Yeah. I saw some of the game. Yeah.
What did you think?
1 second. Sorry. Yeah.
So what did you think of the game as you tuned in to see some of it?
Yeah, it was not a lot of chances, but I think Olivia took the ones that she had, and I feel like it was a hard game.
And you were someone who actually rated Olivia really highly as a player going into this tournament. Have you played against her much before?
Not in this game, but previously, yeah. She's a really good player. The skill moves she has, she knows the meta of the game, and yeah, she's just a really great player. She's in elite division. That's crazy for right now in the game. So yeah, really great.
It's such early days. How are you finding FC25 so far?
I particularly don't like it, but I guess it's the start of the game. I've got to get used to it, and I have some people helping me now. So yeah.
Have you got a coach?
Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to your coach then. Who are you working with?
Yeah. I mean, they've helped me quite a bit. I did have a team before, obviously, but yeah, they've been helping me for this game. Yeah.
So that Guild Esports contract, that is something you definitely want to get your hands on next month.
Yeah, it'll be great, just to have another start at being a pro player, and just having those opportunities. So yeah.
And going into today's matches, do you think getting that initial win against Lisa Manley is the reason that you're now at the top of our leaderboard?
Sorry, what was that?
So going into today's action, we were all looking at this matchup between you and Lisa because you are the two players with the biggest reputation in this scene. So we're really excited to see you guys take each other on. And of course, you came out victorious in that. Do you think that victory gave you momentum going forward?
Yeah, I feel like it did. I mean, first game is tough. It's always tough. Yeah, she's a good player as well. She's been on the scene for quite a while, so yeah, she played great. I just feel like in this game it's sometimes 50-50, and you just have to take the chances you have, really.
And you are our leaderboard topper, but we do, of course, have an in-person final in November. So how do you rate your chances? What do you think of the competition?
Depends how the game is, really. They have patches, so it could change the game significantly, and obviously teams are going to change as well. Yeah, so I just hope I have like a decent enough team, and carry on practicing that.
Brilliant. Well, we can't wait to see you live and in person. So congratulations on a fantastic start to your tournament campaign, and we'll see you very soon.
All right, thanks.
Ellie, Hedda, you've played against her in the past. She seems very cool, calm and collected, despite the fact that she's literally blown the competition out of the water today. Do you think she's going to carry that cool head into the LAN finals?
I hope she does. I mean, I feel like over the last year or so, she's really struggled in the professional scene, and she hasn't had the greatest run. So I hope that, her finishing top of the leaderboard, she's got her spark back and she's got her skill level back. So I'm hoping that going into the final, she's going to have a lot more confidence and that self-belief back again.
And what's going to be really interesting as well as we go into that live final is, given the fact that we're in the early days of this cycle of the AFC, the game could look very different, as Hedda's already mentioned. So I'm guessing a lot of this is going to come down to a work ethic.
Yeah, exactly. She's got to put the hours in. But she said that she has a coach helping her. And that actually shows, because even though she says she struggled a bit with the game, she seemed incredibly comfortable. And with the intricacies of the game, she seemed very comfortable compared to Lisa. She seemed really comfortable with the game. So I think having a coach, it shows, and she just needs to keep up the good work so she's completely comfortable with the game.
Yeah, I think she's really set on winning that pro contract with Guild Esports. So let's take a look at the bracket, because as we've mentioned earlier today, our number 1 and number 2 seed will be going straight through to round 2. So you can see either Nunu or JD will be playing Hedda in that second round, and either Lisa or MZ will be playing Olivia in that second round. I mean, that has got to be a terrifying matchup for MZ in particular, Ali.
Yeah, I mean, even if she beats Lisa, she's still got to come up against Olivia next. But I think Lisa's going to be really, really glad that she's managed to play Olivia once today, because if she beats MZ, she has a little bit more experience and she will know what to expect a little bit more against Olivia. But I think the bottom of that bracket is a lot scarier than the top bracket.
Although we have to say that Nunu versus JD, I'm really looking forward to that rematch. We call it the battle of the content creators, but it looked like a battle of the pros.
It looked like it was a really good match, and I think it shocked us as well how good it was and how they were able to read each other and adapt their gameplay. So in the hours that they put in between now and the final, and they brush up on their skills, it's going to be a really, really good showing.
Yeah. I'm so excited for this. I mean, for you, Ali, what's the most exciting thing to anticipate for these finals?
I think for me personally, it's just seeing a bunch of women competing at a live event. The one that we had a year and a half ago was so incredible, and you could tell how inspired a lot of these women were at the event. So it would be nice to have everyone travel down, just compete together, meet a lot of these people that a lot of the times you only know them from online, like JD said. So I think that is it for me personally. It's just seeing women compete and empower each other, most importantly.
And Nina Jade, you're going to be commentating the F1 action.
Yeah.
Tell us what to expect from that tournament.
We've got 10 racers who've actually been qualifying throughout the year. They've been coming in, they've been practicing, they've been using the state-of-the-art equipment. So they've been putting in the hours because quite a few of them don't have the experience of competitively competing. So that's why they've been coming into Guild, putting in the hours and getting the practice in. It's going to be high. It's going to be intense. There's 3 different races, 3 different tracks to race on. We've got Silverstone, we've got the Red Bull Ring, and we've got Spa. So really, really good circuits, and it's all to play for.
Yeah, that final's going to be on Silverstone, isn't it?
Correct.
It's going to be very British.
Very British indeed, just as we love it.
Let's remind you of the dates and times you need to know for that women's esports finals. So the Racers E-Series is going to be kicking things off, and then we'll conclude with the Football E-Series. Nina Jade, I wish we could borrow you for both, to be honest.
I know, but if I was a twin, maybe I could be in 2 places at one time, but I've got to go back to the motor racing, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be very jealous, but we can't wait to cheer you on.
Yes, and I will cheer you guys on after I finish.
Thank you. Yeah, you're just going to be like front row, just enjoying the FC action.
Relax now. The hard work's done for the day.
I have a feeling this will not be your last FC event. I'm just really curious to see what that live LAN environment is going to do for these players as well, and who is going to really up their game when they're given that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying for Nina Jade, I wouldn't have thought she's never played or casted on FC before. I think she's a total natural.
Yeah.
And I am going to miss you in the finals because I feel like we vibe together. We're quite good. It might be the Chelsea thing as well. But no, I mean, I am really looking forward.
Thanks, Ali. I'll pay you later. No, I appreciate that. It's been so much fun. You've been amazing. I feel like we have such good chemistry. We've got on really well. Couldn't have done it without you, sweetheart.
Oh, it feels like a little Love Island speech then.
Yeah.
Can I say as well, like, we started off by like making excuses for ourselves, all that kind of thing, and now these two are just like bigging each other up.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It's women empowerment.
Big yourself up. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I am definitely interested in seeing what is going to go down, as I've already mentioned. I don't know if you've got any final thoughts from today.
I feel like I don't know what to expect from the live finals. I feel like it's gonna be between Olivia, Heather, and Lisa. But then, for all we know, the content creator, so to speak, might really grind this game over the next couple of weeks and surprise us, especially that they've already had the experience playing against the pro players.
Exactly. I'm going to end with how I started, which is predict the unpredictable.
You're going to be in the crowd in the live finals, just watching it and enjoying all of it.
Yeah.
Well, a huge thank you to Sky Broadband and our host Guild Esports for making today happen. And of course, it hasn't finished yet. We do have that exciting live women's esports finals coming to you from Sky Studios on November 9th. It all kicks off, as you've already seen, at 1 p.m. So please don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone at home. Thank you very much, Nina J. Paul and Ali Harvey, for your incredible commentary today. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing the sofa with you and listening to all the action. But yes, next month is when we find out who is built for victory. Thanks for watching.
Game day was the ultimate privilege. Every piece of hard work that you'd done on the lead up, that's what it was all about. From the moment I woke up in the morning, I was out in the garden kicking a football. The last thing I did before I went to bed at night was kick a football around.
It's every day, you know, it's not just a 2-hour training session or maybe 2 hours on the games console. It's eating right, training right. It's what you do when no one's watching.
You have to commit a lot. It's about using them hours correctly, making sure that you actually put a lot of more time into it.
With Sky Broadband, I think the girls have got access to a great initial platform.
It can be quite intimidating coming into such a male-dominated industry. The way that people say it is, you're a female, you shouldn't be playing a game. Don't listen to the hate.
If they're being criticised, they can come in and be part of this community and actually talk about it. Ultimately, you have to enjoy it.
People always say pressure is a privilege.
Pressure is actually a good thing. It means that you want it.
They know that they're prepared right. They've had the opportunity to be in this facility with Guild and to be around the other gamers. Having great facilities is a big thing.
If you don't have a good enough internet, you're not able to play at the highest level. So obviously Sky Broadband is perfect for that.
Game day is what your week's all about. I eat the same thing in the morning of every game, 4 Weetabix, 2 sugars. I have specific underwear that I wear every single game.
I'm ready to go. The music's blaring in my ears, and that's definitely really helpful. If I can get in a walk mentally, it wakes me up.
Nerves are good. You do all your work during the week, and then game day is what you live for.
For that bag, go get it one day. You can brag. You wouldn't gotta work for that bag. Go get it one day. You can brag. I say that I have it. You know that I got it. No need to look all in the bag. Something like this, cause I work so hard. I'm the best. I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags. A limited syllable stat. Crowd chasing for the cash grab. I don't really want it that bad. If I say that I have it, you know that I got it. No need to look all in the bag. Something like this, cause I work so hard. I'm the best. I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags. A limited syllable stat. Want it that bad. I'm trying to cut a milli while I keep my soul intact. Been through a lot, I learned to adapt. Never let struggles make me snap. Around the world, about to be on max. Got a cute face, but it seemed like a trap. Pockets on glow, soul on no. In a chateau, counting that big dough. The spirit on the gurney, about to plateau. Snake in the grass, reap what you sow. Lurking in leaves, hiding in trees. Spotlight on now, you can't sneak. Lip online, now you can't speak. You a real one now, here moving weak. Private jet, don't take care of your feet. Audacity, 2 steps to me. You want it, gotta work for that bag. Go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag. Go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag. Go get it one day, you can brag. You want it, gotta work for that bag. Go get it one day, you can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it. No need to look all in the bag. Something like this, cause I work so hard. I'm the best, I only speak facts. In the store, I'm popping them tags. A limited syllable stat. Crowd chasing for the cash grab. I don't really want it that bad. No rollie on wrist, but it is my time. Dumbing out the mud, yes, in her prime. Supernova can't block my shine. 10-hour days can't top my grind. Cross on neck, this is my sign. Knowing the move, cause I am divine. Got big chalice, bring me wine. Yo, AI looks made in design. In real life, I am so fine. Cozy feet up and recline. Something different you can't define. Bad vibes, I don't subscribe. Real ones only by my side. Stay humble, don't die with pride. Pride, pride, pride. You can brag.